All right, good morning, everybody. Let's make sure this is all working as it should. Oh, I don't even have the fan on. Let me get the fan turned on so that we can do the proper audio check. So give me that number one if you can hear me and if I sound audibly solid. So hit that one if you can hear me and it sounds good. I got the fan blowing on me, so hopefully we're all set. Hoover Matt, HR, Demetrius, Dash, NetKnob, perfect. Very good. Chant, awesome. James, very good. All right, well, really quickly, for those of you that watch this in the archive, thank you very much. But just to be very upfront and transparent, this is completely viewer supported. So if you want to have something to continue to watch in the archive, then like I said, totally viewer supported. Code Clay, and that is case sensitive, so it's got to be all caps with any of these prop firms. So whatever promotion any of these prop firms is running, Code Clay will give you that promotion. So you can save yourself some money and help support and give yourself something to continue to watch that you enjoy. I recommend, I love Take Profit Trader, but I understand everybody's kind of at different locations in their journey, looking to accomplish different things. So like I said, either way, Code Clay with any of these will help save your money, help save you some money and support the stream. And for everybody that is here live right now, you guys are the reason that this is ad-free and that I'm here, right? Because there is the business component. So I appreciate you using Code Clay. Very much so, actually, because I do enjoy doing this, but again, as I've discussed ad nauseum, as much as I enjoy it, I've got to be able to justify it from a from a father and husband perspective and all that. I'm not a bachelor anymore. I can just sit around and putz away my time for 4 hours at a time. So, all right, let's get this party started. Well, good morning, everybody. It is... What is today? Tuesday, July 14th. The year is 2026. And hopefully everybody is off to a good start. And pretty anticlimactic for me. Caught a couple of, and this will probably mean a little bit more to those of you in the private community, but talked about like a breakout right here. Bought that breakout. Wasn't a huge breakout, but when you kind of go NQs, I think that was almost still 20 points. So not that I took all 20 points, but that that worked out nicely. And then nothing. Let me put it this way: did a couple of ATM scalps. That's where that came from. So each one of those is worth $48. So I took two of these. And again, each one at 8 contracts is worth $48. So that's where that 96 is coming from. But yeah, pretty anticlimactic. So thankfully, we don't need to have an 11 a.m. talk or anything like that. I can't say I did anything massively stupid or anything of that nature, which always feels good. Not the greatest when we got to have those 11 a.m. talks, but so far so good. Last week, what was it? Needed to have on both Monday and then Tuesday, but not this week. Hey, Timbo, good morning. Morning, Evan. Kevin, good morning. This market is stressing me out. Why? In what sense is it stressing you out? It's annoying you or stressing you out. I guess maybe annoyance and stress could be in the same category. But let's see what we can figure out. Right now, a whole lot of... I mean, yeah, that was nice. That was nice. But chop... but still, the distance between these two numbers is 50. So it is surprisingly kind of volatile out there still. It seems choppy, but within the chop, it's a pretty wide range. But yeah, how are all your days going? And yes, reminder, hit that like button if you've been here before and you know you're going to enjoy. Again, reminder, please hit that like button. It does help. Maybe it doesn't seem like a whole lot, but it makes a difference. If you're brand new, never been here, welcome. Fantastic to have you. No need to hit the like button, though, because I understand you have no idea if you're going to enjoy. But if you have been here before, please hit that like button. It helps. It makes a difference. I'm down 216 already. That doesn't seem too bad. I mean, the futures 216 is, easily is not the best. Realistically, it's... Recovering from 216 is more than realistic. Let me put it that way. Hey, I've been watching you for a while. You're a good trader. You helped me. Oh, well, cool. Well, thank you. Thanks for watching, Arsen. Glad to help out a little bit. Hey, good morning, Ace. Evans done for the day. Yeah, reasonable to do. Again, reasonable does not mean it's necessarily easy per se, but yeah, I would say in the world of futures, down 216 sounds like some good risk management to me. Because you can very quickly go up 216. So wondering if I want to try another one of these scalps down here. I will. So just doing an ATM. This right here, 12 ticks. Might tackle a 150 again. Yeah, always the endeavor evil, and I would argue definitely worth it, but it is the endeavor. Not impossible, but yeah, I mean it's doable, but you know to get to that 9K and that is I will say this though, it's good, and I like anything, pros and cons, right? The 150K, you do have to make the 9K to pass. However, then in the pro account, the buffers to reach is 4,500. So it's like, dang, well, I just got done making 9K. And in this situation, 4,500 doesn't seem like that. It's far away at all. Okay, maybe a trade here. I don't want to. Again, trying an ATM here. 2 fifth-day passes, but blew up pass. Oh, no. Oh, sorry to hear that, Mitmont. Sounds like he will still have to improve on their strategy. I'm not sure who you're referring to there, RSN, but well, right off the pink line, I chose poorly. I was trying to play more so this grouping of lows here and here. All right. Maybe at this point now try the VWAP down there. There we go. So ATM is just automatically put in both my entry and my my exit. So dotted red line means where my target will be after I get filled. Yes, thank you, HR. I am aware I'm on 8 contracts. Oh. Right off. Again, okay, I know people are probably going to... That is the 200 SMA. 200 SMA. Is that a feature of Tradovate? Yeah, right up here, ATM. Trying a retracement back up at 720. All right, I'll cancel that out as the bounce seems to be. Roger that, Amari. Hey, good morning, Brad. Yeah, Ramu, we did vaguely yesterday, but certainly worth talking about again. So a new update for TraderVate is you can lock individual accounts. So up until yesterday, if you ever used the lock feature, the one downside was it locked all accounts. So it's like, okay, I guess if I click this, I'm done for the day. But now you can just lock out individual accounts, which makes it way better because, especially in the world of prop firms, where it's like, well, I don't want to touch that account anymore, but I'd like to keep trading, but I'd like to be able to trade those accounts. Well, until yesterday, it was either all or nothing. But now you can do individual. So yeah, if you're not aware, as Ramu just reminded us, you are now. So fantastic. I think little adjustment within how that all works. Hey, Jocko. Which is also why personally I never used it, because I'm like, well, that's not how I really trade. Like, just because I'm done with one account doesn't mean that I want to be done trading across the board. So I can see myself using that now. If I get, just the account to where I want it, and I could see a temptation arising that would, cause me to want to trade it, I could see myself using that individually. Why you didn't trade the CPI? Well, I think trade is a very loosely used term there. I think the more accurate term would be, why didn't you gamble the CPI? Because that's all CPI, that's all any of those announcements are. Now, to be fair, I don't exactly know what you meant. If you meant, let it happen, let a pattern take shape, and then trade it. If that's what you meant by trade CPI, then fine. But I think a lot of people mean by trade CPI, they mean buy something, cross your fingers, and then just hope it goes in your favor. That is not trading. That is just gambling the CPI. So, Zealot, I'm not quite sure what exactly you mean, but do you mean trade the CPI or do you mean just degenerate gamble the CPI? And to be fair, because prop firms, the math and how it's structured is a little different, I can see that making sense. If you got some cheap evals and you're like, hey, my risk here is, and I'm just making this number up, my risk here is $100 because if CPI doesn't work out and it goes against me, I'm out $100. Oh, okay, whatever, right? So, I mean, I'm not saying to gamble CPI is wrong per se, but let's also just call things what they are, right? Hey, props. Scalp or gamble the CPI? Well, I mean, I would say a scalp is a trade. Next time, just flip a coin CPI. Right, exactly. I hated that chop it open. Yeah, it got choppy. It got choppy. This was also pretty brutal too, because I can see people trying to play this pullback. And maybe this pullback, I mean, it's like, well, why would you call that brutal? That wasn't that violent or that huge of a pullback. I mean, it wasn't small, but I mean, it's not like it gave up all. Well, yeah, the thing is though, when the pullback, let's just say people, bought the pullback right here at the low of 875, it eventually went down to about, let's just call it 820. So that was still like about a 55, 50-ish, 60-ish point pullback. And if your position size is off at all, 60 points is going to easily cook you. I wanted to long on NQ on my dad's personal account. I wanted to long NQ on my dad's personal account. Like, okay, Zell, but here's the question, like, long when? Right before 8:30 when the news came out? So when did you want to long? Most of the time, it's best not to trade first 15, 30. Well, I mean, Evan, that's. I mean, I boldly disagree. I think that is like the absolute best time to trade, but that's me. But yes, for some, I no problem at all. For some, yes, they should avoid the opening bell. Exactly. Okay, well then, Zealot, that's not a trade. That's called a gamble. If you're gonna buy 10 seconds before the news comes out, so thank you for not doing that to your dad's personal account. Yeah, that would have worked out here, but yeah, I mean, I'm not sure your dad would approve of you just degenerate YOLOing into something like that. So yes, per your question earlier on, what you actually meant was, hey Clay, why didn't you gamble the CPI? Because that's what you did. You didn't trade it, you gambled it. There's a difference. Now, I do understand, though, in this situation, like, yeah, Clay, but it blasted upwards. And that's true, yeah, this time. But the habit being created is not a good habit. Okay, again, Zealot, I want this terminology. It sounds like I'm nitpicking, but I'm really not. Because this is why people in my real life, I don't like to tell them I'm a day trader because they're like, oh, isn't that like gambling? You need to say this. That again, I appreciate that. You're saying I wouldn't be able to pay it back. But don't call it if the trade went the opposite way. Just say if my gamble didn't work. That's what you should be saying because that's what it was. It is a self-admitted pet peeve, and I think a lot of you can probably relate of why you probably don't even tell people you're a trader because it's not. But like the amount of people that think trading is just flat out gambling, because this is what happens. People gamble, and then they go tell friends and family, yeah, I tried trading, but it's all rigged, or it's just casino. It's just one big roulette wheel. It's like, well, no, wait a second. You didn't trade ever. You gambled the entire time. And surprise, surprise, as a gambler, you got gambler results. But don't go tell your friends and family that you traded and the reason why you failed is because it's casino. No, you failed because you treated it as a casino. So, yes, that is just, I've told this story before, but I'll tell it again. and this is why I think it's become a pet peeve and trigger for me, is I still remember it several years ago now, talking with my mom, and I could just tell something was worrying her. She was kind of beating around. I was like, so eventually it came out. Well, Clay, I'm really worried about this trading you're doing. You have kids now. You have people that depend on you. And my boss at work said, "Oh, well, what your son's doing, that's just gambling." So my mom, not very anti gambling, and I was just like, "What a scumbag!" Yeah, and I can't remember exactly, but I was like, "Okay, mom." Again, I'm paraphrasing. Yeah, your boss clearly tried trading, probably gambled, didn't put much of an effort into anything to learn anything, failed miserably, and to cope with it, or maybe who knows, to keep his wife off his back, just said, "Oh, it's all rigged, it's gambling, blah, blah, blah." And now he's got my mom all worried about her son and her grandkids. Stuff like that drives me insane. Like, literally, he was creating a stress point in my mom because he was the idiot. He was the moron that went out there and was probably degenerate. So yes, that is a trigger point for me, and that is the background of why I can't stand when people are gambling and then they use terminology as if they're trading. Because traders are responsible. Traders manage risk. Traders seek for edges. Traders don't buy stuff 10 seconds before CPI. That's what gamblers do. So anyways, that is usually why when people ask, "What do you do?" I'm like, I just do real estate and stuff in the stock market. That's what I've learned to tell people. I don't feel like trying to explain. I don't feel like any of that. All right, maybe a short up around here we have, in fact. Okay, gonna try for a little bit of an ATM sniper shot up there. Oh, you're gonna roll over right here. Hey, good morning, JJ. Thank you, Zealot. So yeah, just like I said, words matter. Words are how impressions are built. But I do appreciate you. Thank you for not doing that to your dad's account. I'm sure he appreciates it too. Well, I mean, Sam, to be fair, I don't have a problem with that. If somebody's saying, "Oh man, that's way too difficult for me," that is a factual statement. Trading is hard. Trading is too difficult for most people. Hey, Kevin. Now, yes, we are all, I understand like the technical definition. Yes, we're all gambling, but I associate gambling with more so doing something where there is no edge, right? So in my mind, in my vernacular, slot machines would be gambling, right? You've never heard of a professional slot machine player. Why? Well, because that's just total gambling. Like there's no edge that could be gained. This is also why I would say poker is not gambling. Why? Because I've heard of professional poker players. There is stuff you can do in poker that gives you an edge, right? This is also why okay, well, there could be professional blackjack players, right? Because you can learn to count cards, it becomes statistics, blah, blah, blah. So, like, I would never call, okay, under the assumption you know how to count cards, blackjack is not gambling. But yes, technically speaking, we are gambling. If you cross a busy street, we are gambling with your life, right? Because you could get hit. That's why we're taught risk control procedures as young children before we cross a busy street. Because we are gambling with our life. What criteria to look for to adjust your contract size? Yeah, you just how volatile it is. In all actualities, Mac, I'm probably too high right now at 8. I really, really, really like the chances this would be a winning trade, which is why I'm willing to go up a little bit higher. But yeah, if I do like one of these where I just try to let it cook, I'm going to be going down to like 5. But yeah, the position size is going to be dictated based on how volatile it is. So I think a very straightforward way would, if you just use the ATR ATR, good way to kind of gauge volatility. Hey, good morning, bullish gods. Who do we got here today, bullish gods? We got the pleasant side of your ego, or do we got Dr. Jekyll or Dr. Hyde today? Yeah, ATM, it's got its time and its place. Yeah, and the one thing that they also added in was now, this is new. I've never putzed around with these before, but I think these are kind of like bracket orders. Hey, good morning, John. Good side. Got a payout today on TPT code. Hey, congrats on your... Wait, I thought I had an order out there. Did I? I'm so confused right now. What just happened? Did I have an order out there? Did I... Oh, wait, it was an ATM. It was an ATM. Okay, it worked. I got filled. Okay, there we go. Sorry. Wow. So that must happen like a split second? I didn't see it happen. I just looked back and I thought, I thought I had an order out there. What's going on? Yeah, okay, no, I do know what happened now, because that was a different number. So I didn't see it though. How fast was it? It must have been pretty quick. Was it pretty quick? Immediate? Okay. Well, there we go. There's the sniper shot right there. Now, let me be very clear. Some prop firms, this is going to be a no-go. This is why I love Take Profit Trader, because there's no scalping rule. Some prop firms say you've got to hold for 10 seconds, stuff like that. Or you've got to hold for XYZ amount of time for 50% of your trades. So maybe some prop firms you could do those sometimes, but not all the time. But with Take Profit Trader, no problem at all. No scalping rule. One of the many, many, many reasons why I love Take Profit Trader and think they're the king of the king of the domain of prop firms. Hormuz is open according to Trump. Oh crap, that was a pretty big candle, wasn't it? I guess, not really. Point-wise, that was big. That was, like a 60... Holy, yeah, that was like an 80-point candle. But today we've had a lot of candles. So, relatively speaking, that compared to this green candle or this one, it didn't look that big. But you're right, I guess that was a pretty big one. That was a... Yeah, but that's not new news, is it? I guess that makes sense why it didn't really go nuts. Right? I thought that was news yesterday. It's closed, or it's open for everybody except for Iran. It seems like it's just news being recycled that the algorithms aren't quite parsing out. That it's not actually... think about the word news. The word news is literally like new. As in, this is new. But that, how is that news when it was from yesterday? That wasn't new. No, he's saying more things now. Okay, I could have sworn yesterday. Maybe I'm wrong. I could. There's so much news. I could have sworn yesterday I read something about how the policy was now that it's open, but they're just blockading Iranian ships. Clay, anywhere you recommend to get a 250K account? I don't even know anybody that has a 250K account. I know Apex just ran a legacy deal for 250K accounts, but I think that's done. But no, Evan, I don't. For me, I guess I would just go Evan 2 Take Profit Trader 150K accounts. Copy trade them, and you're at 300,000. So yeah, technically speaking, you're not at 250K, but 2 150K accounts, Take Profit Trader gives you, and then you copy trade them. There's 300,000. Congress is grilling new Fed chair. Clay, what's yours? Oh my, Krista. See, Krista brings her A game every time. Agreed, John. Best trading prop firm is Take Profit Trader. Agreed. Taken long out for clean 80 points. Nice job, Amarius. Duxol. Well, yeah. See, that's what's weird. Like, if I were to tell somebody I made money short on this movement here, they'd be like, wait, what? What do you mean you got? That's like, hey, the sniper shot. That's right, Krista. She brings her A game every day, and I appreciate it. To be fair, for all I know, Krista is actually a teenage boy living in their parents' basement. But I'm just gonna assume that's not the case. Well, okay. Anyways, it doesn't matter. Even if Krista had like a picture, that I mean, who knows? Is that so? Yeah, that you never know. You never know. Just wanna. I am interested in a pullback here. So once again, ATM order down there. Oh, she's used to it. She's used to it. She's used to walking down the street with me, and guys, girls, and pets are all whistling. If it breaks past pivot, I'm going to go long at 873. Oh, that's right. I don't have my pivots on here right now, do I? Hello? Do I still not have the pivots? There we go. Wow. All right. I guess I just had to go back a little bit further. Ah! Oh, Doc Soul. That is potentially a... Would have been an area for a potential short. Yeah, look at that pivot right off of it right there. France versus Spain today. What time is that one? What time is it? 8 o'clock in France and Spain. 8 o'clock p.m. I would assume that's what time it is here. Those who are like relics, 4 hours from now. The game is in 4 hours from now, so that puts it at 3 here. So if we're 5 hour, if Europe is 5 hours ahead of us, and the game is at 3 here Eastern, that will put it at 8 o'clock there Eastern. Makes sense. Yeah, and my guess is Europe is 5 hours ahead of us. Can somebody cross check me? Is Europe 5 hours ahead? I guess I don't know. I don't know how the time zones work, but I'm guessing the time zone that France and Europe are in is the same one, and that it's 5 hours ahead of Eastern time. Can I get a fact check on my guess? Maybe 6. Would they put it at 9 p.m.? I don't know. I don't know what prime time for Europeans is. I'm assuming 8, but I guess it could be 9. They're 6 hours ahead of us. 6 hours ahead of Eastern time, that is. That's kind of like if you're an American and you still care about all this World Cup stuff, you're kind of getting shafted. Like a lot of Americans are still working at that point. I guess you just have to take work off or something. I mean, don't get me wrong. It makes total sense. But with the qualifier of if you're an American and you still care about the World Cup, man, they don't care about your schedule anymore. All right, going to try a short up the pivot point. Let's see what we can cook up. Yeah, no, exactly. I think most people, no, when America was still in it, Everybody was talking. No, okay, I don't know about everybody, but a lot of people were talking about it. But yeah, at this point, I had no plans of talking about the World Cup. I don't even know if it would have. It probably would not have even crossed my mind. But somebody brought up the game today. But yeah, yeah, I'm the stereotypical American. Like I kind of sort of cared about it a little bit while America was still in it, but now I'm like, wait, what soccer? What sport is that? I hate that you can't use ATMs in copy trading. Now I thought I heard that that's also something that is new that you can do. At least with Tradovate Copy Trader. Maybe Amarius, are you talking about one of the third-party platforms? An indicator with Pronto you can use for GP. Weird, my spot. All right, I love it. There we go. Hey, KRT. So, Amarius, there you go. You're getting some feedback here. I need to cancel this out. I don't really like this as much now. I've done it. There we go. Getting some good feedback there. In trading, the trend is your friend. I mean, assuming it stays a trend after you get in, I agree. If it stays a trend after you get in, agreed, it is your friend. But that's also what makes trading a little tricky. Is this still a trend? It looks like a trend. I'm about to get in right now, but is it going to stay a trend? Because if it doesn't stay a trend, then uh-oh. You can copy trade it for a link. Love to see it. Good discussion in the chat. A little bit above my wheelhouse, given I'm not huge into copy trading. But there we go. A very good discussion here. Appreciate it. Warms my heart. It makes me feel warm and fuzzy inside. The trend is like to be or not to be. That exactly. Is this still a trend or is it not a trend? But I do agree. If the thing stays a trend after you go get into it, it is your friend. There's no doubt about that. If it's an uptrend and then you buy and it stays an uptrend, you're good. It is your friend. But trends are little dirty rats. Like trends are like, oh, I'm an uptrend. And then you buy and it's like, haha, not anymore, sucker. They can be little deceitful dogs too. Little dirty rats. Like they can be the best of friends. But oh man, they can be little deceitful donkeys too. Same with, hey man, just buy the dip. Oh, I agree. If it is just the dip, buy it, right? A dip being defined as just a temporary pullback and like a trend. I'm all for it. But man, if that dip's a reversal, uh-oh. Okay, let's not, okay. We are stuck at the pivot point right now, but I'm hoping we don't just all of a sudden consolidate and like this little bit of a range. But yeah, some of you have wisely noted Warsh. That's gonna take me a while to get used to. I mean, what did we have about it? How long was Powell? How long was Powell the Fed guy? Did we reach, was he there 10 years? If so, man, I got to fight against a decade of just being able to say Powell. So I got to now rewire my brain to Warsh. Warsh, who is the new Powell, is speaking right now, and I think he's going to be going for a while. So we are at, today is also one of those days where if you're not in a prop account, I think it's very risky. Because all it takes is for Warsh to say one thing, for him to reply to one question, and I don't know, who knows, maybe we get like a Warsh candle. Trends can go in ebbs and flows. No, I agree. I agree. I accept the premise. If you buy into an uptrend and it remains an uptrend, the trend is definitely your friend. But there are no guarantees that when you buy the uptrend, that it actually remains an uptrend. Because trends do change too. So, but I agree full heartedly with your premise. If you buy an uptrend and it stays an uptrend, it is going to be your friend big time. Had never seen the 150K. Oh, yeah, yeah. So that's Evan. That's what I was saying is if you just get a couple of these and then copy trade them, you'll have 300K in buy. I mean, you could get up to 5 of them, right? But you mentioned 250K, so blue an account the moment I enter it reverses. Sorry to hear that, Praveen. Ooh, that could be rough for some. If some people thought this was going to be a deeper breakdown of this kind of tight channel, they might have just got suckered in. Maybe we'll see if it works out for them or not. Let's see, what is that kind of general area, right? Oh, Doxol. All right, this is a Doxol. Okay, gonna try ATM down there, sniper shot. Unless it's gonna just head right back up. Cut. Oh. No matter what trading the market plays on your, yeah, exactly. No matter what strategy you use, there's no holy grail. There is no holy grail. Agreed. Which is why a very easy way to expose a scammer and like somebody selling a bot or an algorithm or AI is if you're, all you got to do is ask them. Now this doesn't prove that they're therefore okay, but be like, hey, what environments does your bot not work in? If they're like, oh no, it works in all environments. It's like, wait, really? So your bot can make money while markets are trending, while also making money when markets are chopping, like, so. The Holy Grail is, yes, agreed. The Holy Grail is the person in the mirror. Oh boy, am I about to... I'll try it. I'll try it. Quick little rejection here off of the pivot. Never mind. I think I'm gonna... I'd like to do one more ATM just so I can watch the thing play out. But like, because that first one I did on stream, it happened like you guys told me. I looked away and it apparently happened in like a second. When is your subscription? Hey, calculator risk. Oh boy. Oh boy, calculator risk. Calculator risk, I'm just going to say this. Many people wanted me to ban you yesterday. I chose a timeout because there were some people that were like, no, just give them a timeout. So just take that information and do what you will. You were right on the precipice of getting banned. A lot of people are probably upset that they're seeing your name right now with me. So just do with that information what you will. Yeah, exactly, Evan. I'm not saying that they're like anybody selling a bot based on that fact anyways, you should never buy. But if you want to toy with them a little bit and just see how quickly you can expand or expose the scam, just to be like, so what environments does your bot not work in? Wow, I really thought he got banned. He was close. I signed up yesterday on a new account. I'm 150 bucks with Take Profit Trader. I can give you my real name. You can check I signed up. No, I believe you. Thank you. Well, I don't know. Well, either way, I appreciate you giving it a try, but hopefully you use code Clay. Maybe not. I don't know. But that is the only way. Anyways, I'd be able to check if you use code Clay or not. No, I never did. And it wasn't super lopsided. Okay, I got a potentially short here. Okay, I'm short. See if this is going to be a rejection off of the pivot. I know I had a scalpy scalp, but I'd like to see if I could get a little bit more. Hey, good morning, Maddie Dented. Isn't that weird? I've been there too, where it's not a huge amount, but you can't quite seem to get it. Not that you're cooking the account or anything like that, but it's just you start to yo-yo a little bit. My long entry is at 700. Hey, I'd love for you to get filled at 700, given I'm short right now. So yeah, come on down, fill them. Oh, you dirty rat. I want risk off the table now. If you're going to get that close and not fill me, there's no way I'm going to let this thing go to a losing trade now. So worst case, it's a break-even trade. Oh, you... All right, I'm going for more now on this target. Come on. Come on down. And I am stopped. That's annoying. That's so... Oh boy. If this thing comes up through here, I'm going to be very happy with how that played out. I might try another short, actually. Oh, I would have been stopped out, I think. Pretty sure I would have been stopped out. It would have been very, very close. I don't remember what my stop was at. I guess we could cross-check it and see. But that would have been very close to stopping me out right there. That would have been, there's nothing more annoying. Where you guys saw it went down, basically hit my first target, but didn't fill it. And then to come all the way up and would have been a max losing trade. Oh, I'm very happy with how I played that one at this point. Although I might try. All right, I'm trying another one. Another one short at the red line. So it might have stopped me out and then come all the way back down. There's a very high chance it'll move up. Then why are you trying to buy all the way down at 700? Or is that a typo? You said you wanted to buy at 700. You said you want to buy at 29,700, which is way down here. So yes, of course, I want you to be right, because that would imply that it goes down to there. Which makes it confusing when you're saying that it's a very high chance it goes up. Well, that's fair, but then why are you waiting all the way down here if you think it's a very high chance it goes up? Just get in right here. Oh, I see. You're saying your long entry that you had already got. Oh, I see it. I thought you meant your long entry is this, meaning this is where you want to get long. How high of a chance? And where is this percentage coming from? So are you adding? Are you adding to? Okay, what percentage are we talking about? Because it sounds to me like you should be buying more then. Again, that is fair. If you want to say there's a very high chance that it hits 900, cool. But like, why are you not like just going huge? Yes, take Private Trader as daily payouts. Correct, Batsy. Like right now, looking like you got a basically free 15 point. Well, 13 points now if it's going up to 900. Okay, see, this is Tamor. This is where we start to break down. I know English is not your first language, but it's nonsense like this. You're sitting here chirping. You're saying this. I mean, there's a very high chance my target price will get hit at 900. And then not only do you not buy more, you hopped out early. You just told us there was a very high chance. Hey, good morning, Muhammad. Yeah, Batsy. Once you get your pro account, yes, just poet 63.4%. Correct. Yeah. Yeah, that exactly. Yep. Daily payouts at that point. Yep. Uh-oh. For the people that full ported waiting for 900, sorry. Sorry. Close, but no cigar. Exactly. Evan. Dude. Tamor. Evan just literally sold his house and car to go long and buy for 900. And he's losing it all right now. Yeah, Matty Matt. He is Evan. Evan is now living in a cardboard box. Well, yeah, I am. I am upset when you just caused a nice guy like Evan to now be homeless. I'm also upset when you just do trust me, bro trade plans. Can you ever do one where you like tell us something ahead of time, but you just showing up saying trust us, bro? I got long at 29,700. But yes, I am upset when you cause nice people such as Evan to now be homeless. See, and Jimmy sold all of his retirements to go long to 900. So now Jimmy is also, he has no retirement. Jimmy's kids cannot go to college. So yes, I am upset. I do get upset when kids can no longer go to college to get degrees in Roman bobsledding, and when people such as Evan no longer have a house or car. Hey, thank you, Fishman. Yeah, and then Kevin, he lost money. See, and then Poet, he lost his car that he lives in down by the river because he's my neighbor. I lost my lunch. Yeah, see? NetNob. I'm very upset. I don't like when NetNob loses lunch money. One of my kids is a world class underwater basker reaver and now can't pursue that. Well, yeah, I am upset. All right, I think that, And I'm going to try long here. Try to buy this pullback. Short 860. You already got short or you're looking to get short? You got short there, Arthur. Roger that. Appreciate the 3 numbers, sir. Well, doggone it. If AI replaces the basket weavers, then there will be... That's true. AI is savage. It really likes to go after those, especially if you're an underwater basket weaver. My strategy, when people are overconfident, the type like do the opposite, I'll be picking up a yacht by the end of the week. Yeah. Now, if the person's like, I just bought more, I just added to my position because I think there's a very high chance it's going to 900. To me, that logically makes sense because there was some action behind the proclamation. But like, if you're like, oh, I'm very confident it's going to go there. And like, oh, so you bought more? No. Hey, Robert, good morning. Tamur, you are completely missing the point of this all. You are completely missing the point. This is what would made you have not looked like a clown. Had you shown up and said, I've added to my position. My original purchase was $29,700. I bought more because because I think there's a high probability it goes and hits 900. At that point, it all makes sense because you've made a claim that you're very confident it's going to a certain level. And we know that you believe in that claim. How? Because you've bought more. You've added to your position. But when you're just sitting here, oh, I'm very high, I'm confident it's going up there, and then you don't add, and then not only that, you don't even wait for it to get there, you take profit before then, it comes across as just kind of being like a pumper. Like that's giving me my Investor Hub vibe days. Where you're just pumping for the sake of pumping. So yes, you showing a screenshot is not addressing just the point that we're all trying to kind of bring about. Gold pullback here to pivot. So, maybe I need to try to trade some gold here. That's kind of interesting. Let's pull up. No pivot, of course, no pivot. All right, we're gonna try a gold trade right there. Again, tomorrow, just wait, brother. It'll reach 900. It's irrelevant whether or not it hits 900. My point is this, what we're trying to communicate is this. You sound like a pumper when you're running around yapping, but then your actions are not following what you're yapping about. That's the point here. I don't keep adding to my position. Well, then you have a dumb strategy. Because if your strategy has led you to believe, man, I'm very confident it's going to hit that level, but no, I'm not going to add any more. Well, then it's either a dumb strategy or you're actually not as confident as what your strategy is telling you should be, right? There's a breakdown in there. Clay's always beefing with someone in the chat. RDS Music, you are, the only reason why I beef with people like you is because you're soft. So yes, I'm beefing with you because you're soft and I want you to toughen up as a man. That's why I care about you. People like you that are little snowflakes need to toughen up. If I met you in person, I will tackle you to the ground because you need it. Because you need it. You need to toughen up. You need to take your acorns and turn them into walnuts. Okay? I care about you. That's why I'm beefing with you. If I were to sneeze, you'd melt. But there is not what you actually need in your real life, RDS music, is for somebody to tackle you. So you can be like, oh, okay. That actually didn't actually hurt. That actually kind of felt good. That's the manliness in you. I'm 6'4" and 275. Don't think you tackle me. Dude, I would hit you right in your kneecap. You wouldn't know. Sideswipe, gone. What a dent. Here's how you can tell. I'm 6'4", 275, yeah? And I understand physics. I understand angles and momentum. So you need to toughen up, RDS music. Oh man, he's having a discussion with somebody. Oh, they don't totally agree. Oh, it's beefing. Oh, I can't hand it. We all need to hold hands and sing Kumbaya. Everybody's always got to get along. If people have different opinions, it's beefing. You need to toughen up, son. Oh yeah, play exactly. And I'll have Cletus with me. I will have Cletus with me. All right, Brad. I don't know why, but you're offended. I know. It's crazy. It's me trying to point something out to somebody else. Like, he literally has a bad strategy. If your strategy suggests that you should have high confidence in something, and then your strategy at the same time suggests that you don't add to the trade, there's something broken there. And me pointing that out is like, why is he beefing? I'm critiquing. I'm trying to help somebody out. I can clearly tell he's never played a sport before in his life. He's never had a coach constructively criticize. Could you imagine him at 6'4", 275? Coach, why are you beefing with me? Son, you're doing something stupid. Why are you beefing with me? Son, you were supposed to block that person. You went over here. Why are you beefing? See, this is why, parents, you got to get your kids in sports. Allow them to hear constructive criticism. Because if they never do, they turn out like RDS music, who hears constructive criticism and then classify that as beefing with somebody, like in a negative sense. It's crazy. Can you imagine? 6'4", 275, and he's out there crying, Coach, stop beefing with me. I'll call you music. You need to change it, though. You need to change it to snowflake music. That's what you need to change it to. That's what it should be. Imagine being 6'4", 275 and crying about beefing. Crazy. Again, parents, get your kids into a sport, into something where they will hear constructive criticism. That way they don't turn into snowflake music over here and hear constructive criticism and just be like, oh, why are you beefing? All right, here we go. Maybe. Okay. Come on. Come on, man. Crazy. Crazy how soft some people are. Did gold fall right through? Wait, no. I don't want NQ. No partition trophies here. Buy a meme coin. You are a meme coin. That's my point. Stop being a meme coin because I care about you. I want you to be a blue chip stock. I don't want you to be a meme coin. Right now, you are a meme coin. A 6'4", 275-pound meme coin. It's a shame. Keeping the West Wide. Woo! We call that pouring fuel on the fire. Yeah. Oh, not even. No, I'm not that mean, man. Evan, you are mean. No, I won't even go as far as call him an NFT. That's crazy. Hey Clay, did trading make you more unhinged? I used to watch your daily recap videos years ago when you were trading equities. Here's the deep question. Here's the deep question, Ranseep. Am I unhinged? Or, here's the clue. I'm not going to answer it for you directly. Or bottom right hand corner. I'll just leave it with that. Am I actually unhinged? Or bottom right hand corner. Well, I mean, if you day trade options, and you make way more sense. I'll put it that way. Snowflake music. If you actually do day trade options, you make that much more sense to me. I'll tell you what I'm doing with that medal. But Dad, I finished 4th place. They gave me a medal. Yeah. Yeah. It's yeah. We did a track thing. My one daughter, she got 1st place. She's very fast for her age. I'll put it that way. My son, I this might be a boy thing too. Maybe they don't take stuff as seriously as whatever it was. He did not get a ribbon. He did not place high enough, and he was sad. But that actually opened up an educational. Hey man, that's kind of how life is sometimes. You really got to try hard. You got to stay focused. And it created a very good educational opportunity because there was no participation trophy for every single person that participated. Oh, it's so mean. Your son was devastated. No, it created a teachable moment. So yes, agreed. Participation trophies are killing society. They are killing teachable moments. Time per mile. Dude, it was okay, I guess I never clarified. It was a sprint, 100-meter. And don't get me wrong, as a parent, I felt bad. I mean, no parent but at the same time, it's like, listen, son, this is the real world. This is how the real world works. Just because you do something doesn't mean there's going to be a reward for it. Sometimes if you don't work hard enough, if you don't stay focused, if you kind of joke around, it's just it happens. Doesn't mean I don't love you. That's just how the real world works. You should have given. Yeah, no, I know. By the way, Johnny, for the record, I realize you're joking, but yeah, I think some people that would be their I would disagree with that form of parenting. Not everyone can be number one. I think it's time to enter gold. Okay, well, as soon as you see where you should enter gold, give us that entry point as a number, a stop loss as a number, and your target as a number, Tamir. And then we will all just highly rejoice. No, you're like I said, Johnny, I knew you were just joking, but sadly, I think that is what some people would do, which is very, yeah. Not everyone. Yeah, and it's not even about being. It's just sometimes in life you can try. Now he did not try. I mean he tried, but like he's just Let me put it this way: it made sense why he probably didn't place. With that said, you could try your hardest. You could do your best. You could have the best attitude. Blah blah blah. And you still might not get a ribbon. You still might not get a trophy. Because you know what? Sometimes everybody, we all have different skill sets. And that's okay. It's the attitude, though, right? It's the attitude that ultimately matters. Yeah. Ahead of time, please, Timur. Not see what happens and then let us know. Oh, yeah, I got in, and it happens to be like 500 points lower than where it is now. You're gonna need, Alfonso, a payout statement. No, but they will send you a 1099. I don't know. I'd maybe, so let me put it this way. Not that I'm aware of. The best way to go about it would either be use your 1099 payouts from last year. But if there were not any from last year, I don't know, maybe like print out your bank statement and then like highlight all the times they sent you money. Yes. You will get a 1099 from Take Prop for Trader, and I assume any reputable prop firm. Because yes, prop firms are reputable. I think some people show up and they think they're scammy and sketchy, and therefore, oh, is this a way for me to avoid paying taxes? No, they are reputable. They are reporting your gains. I got a B on my thermodynamics 3 exam. My father slapped me saying, "You are not Asian. You are an Asian." Yeah. I don't know if that's true or not, but I do know the Asian culture seems to really put a high priority on academics. Or who knows, maybe that's just a massive stereotype that is eat my lunch and I'm not aware that it's eating my lunch. Maybe that's actually not true within Asian culture. Maybe I just stereotyped it up and there's no truth to that at all. I got a prop for a morning. Well, why do you say that, Gator? By the way, good to see you. Been a while since I've seen you. It's 1,000% true. I'm living proof. Well, I mean, to be fair, just because, I mean, you're one data point. One data point doesn't necessarily prove or not. But I would say this: it reinforces what my understanding is. But to try to keep this as intellectually honest as possible, one data point from a statistical standpoint, not exactly enough to prove anything of a sample size of 1. My funded futures paid me till I got to max before prop slit, and no. My funded futures never sent you a 1099 at all. 1099 at all, Evan. Okay. Looking for a long here. We were basically at, okay, let's try it. Or do I, okay, let's go down here now. This is getting pretty intense. Let's go to the middle finger. I'm going to go to middle finger. So you see how this is kind of like a finger? And then we have the middle one, or like this is kind of like a hand, arm, and then hand, and then we have the finger sticking out. I'm going middle finger trade. Right there, ducks. Oh, there we go. Middle finger trade. Yeah, that good point, Gator. That's true. Nope, and yeah, cleared over 10. Really? Well, that's kind of sketchy. Did you still report that as taxes, Evan? I hope so. Because I would assume they reported that somewhere as an expense. Like, for the IRS, they're like, I would assume that was an expense. So that's kind of sketchy. They did not send a 1099. Hey, good job, throwaway trash. Okay, good. I'm glad you still reported, Evan. You chose wisely in that decision. But yeah, that is, I don't know. Maybe were you supposed to get it off their dashboard? Maybe it's existing for you, but it was your responsibility to go and find it from the dashboard. Maybe that's what's going on. Okay, here we go. Maybe let's see if we can get the middle finger trade here. Taxes aren't real. I don't know. They seem kind of real in every April. They seem real when I'm talking to my accountant and he's saying, you owe me money. Well, not me, but I hope not. No, I hope that's, yeah, that I think, no, that's hoping we give the market. Or I don't know, maybe we call this like a proctology trade. Okay. Yeah, never mind. If we picture this as a finger at a proctology, never mind. We won't. That seems like a little too much of a, yeah, anyways. Yeah, I don't answer any of those questions, JJ. I don't go beyond if you're making money as a trader, be prepared to pay taxes on that money that you've made. That's as far as I go. Anything beyond there, talk to your local tax professional. Yeah. In other words, Philly, am I about to get the exam or am I about to give the exam? If you know what I'm saying. Oh, beautiful candle here. Look at that hammer. I don't know, CDP. I know you're the guy with all the stats. So what are your stats suggest you should do? All right, here we go. Going for the proctology trade right here. Am I about to get the exam or give the exam? We'll see. Or maybe the exam doesn't even happen. Maybe it gets canceled. Oh, well, I'm hoping you're okay. I'm in. Come on. Don't give me the exam. I'm here to give the exam. I'll take that exam. I give the exams around here. I give the exams. Nah, there's no jellyfinger around here. No, there was no ATM on that one. All right, Kevin, we both gave the exam. That's right. We told the market to never. Anyways, moving on. Well, yeah, and I don't know. Can we spin that into a cult-like following? What's your strategy? Proctology concepts. Like I said, maybe we can turn that into a cult. I don't know. We'll have to throw that to our marketing division. Hey, TA. No. That's not true though, props, because we gave the market an exam on that one. Oh dang. Woo! The scalpy scalp was wrongy wrong. Look at that middle finger trade. Ba-boom. Yeah, I mean that's good from a marketing standpoint, but man, I don't know. I don't know the viability when we're saying stuff like that, you know? Now, I'd be, even if you're thinking, okay, downtrend, want to get short, I'm not saying you're wrong per se, but just something to consider. Not that far below right now. We do have the 50 SMA. So, what my worry would be right now, anything short, does it come down here and then just bounce right off there and then my short doesn't work out? Our intramural flag football team at Ohio State was called the Shockers. Our slogan was shock the world. Oh, Steely Dan. Sorry to hear that. Thank you for I appreciate that. Nothing but respect for you to have the courage to share that because there's a very good educational lesson in that. Sorry to hear that happens. Yeah, but you got some payouts though, didn't you? I'll try to help you find some silver lining. The best short was from the lower. Well, I mean, come on now. Of course. In hindsight, yeah, we can always say what the best short was. The best short was right here to right there. Of course. We played a team in high school sports and their mascot is the Trojan. Ah, that's pretty commonplace. I mean, I think of the USC Trojans, right? Trojans is kind of like the Bulldogs. I think the Bulldogs might be the most popular like mascot. In fact, that's some trivia. If anybody is bored, go research what is the most common mascot. My guess would either be Eagles, Bulldogs. Okay, probably not. I don't know. I think there's probably a lot of Trojans out there. And then their mascot is usually a man. So you got the Trojan man. Yeah. So, anyways, the Egyptian stock pyramid midnight close has never let me down. I've never been able to master that one, Serpent God. I don't know why I chose to get greedy. I was turning away from another payout. Okay, well, on the bright side, silver lining, Steely Dan, at least the accounts were paid for. Ooh, could be Spartans. That's a pretty big one too. Bear, yeah. Oh, I didn't even think about the Hawks. Hawks probably. Trump speaking now. All right, that's coming from Timbo too. Timbo is I guess fact check him, but Timbo, I trust. Okay, I trust Timbo. Yeah, that's exactly what I said, David. Exactly, word for word. Hey, Sky Mountain, agreed. Hit that like button. Is that your research, Neil, or is that just your opinion? Ooh, Tigers, I forgot about that. Yeah. Oh, okay. Research. Eagles. Okay, yeah. The Eagles and the Indians. Really? The Indians still? I figured that was indigenous people now. And now, welcome to the field, your small townville indigenous people. Can you imagine that? That doesn't. The Indians just sounds better. I know. Snowflake, music, whatever that guy's name is, he's offended right now. It's just a joke. It's just a joke. Indians not top 10. Trump today is tickles. Snake ew? Ducku. What is that green? Oh no, that green thing's a snake. Snakeu? Snake, I don't understand. You gotta explain. Snakeu? What did you just say? All right, well, the short, as of now, working out, and update that 5 minute. Yeah, apparently not caring a whole lot about the 50 SMA, so that's a nice little sign there for the Bears. Hey, Chris. Our friend from across the pond, who's not a blonde. But he does know James Bond. Yeah, this is kind of no man's land for me right now. Maybe something down here at the 200 SMA. I was thinking it could bounce that to some 200 SMA as well. Wow, good. That's good. Agreed. Trump live, watch out. What context is he speaking in right now? Oh, he's holding a meeting with Iraq president now. Okay, that seems like a context where things could be said that might matter to us. Sometimes he's speaking and then it's like, oh, well, he's speaking at like a Girl Scout ceremony. Now, to be fair, that does not mean that Trump couldn't go off on a tangent and start talking about, something that could affect us as traders. But like, it's a little bit less likely at a Girl Scout ceremony compared to talking with Iran or Iraq's president. So, all right, yeah, that sounds like something where kind of trade at your own risk right now. Sorry, Prime. That's all right. Appreciate the correction, but we know what you meant. Somebody in leadership over there. In fact, maybe I learned that. So Iraq does not have a president; they have a prime minister. Big bankers are still alive before Congress. I'm not trading now. No risk for me. All right, sounds good. CDP. Isn't he called the Supreme? No, that's Iran. Or does Iraq also have a Supreme Leader? I'd be a dog faced pony soldier liar if I told you I understood really anything about how Iraq's government's set up. So, yes, to be fair, maybe Iraq also has a Supreme Leader. I only thought that was Iran, though. So, Rose, my biggest downfall is revenge trading. Yeah, that's, I'm sure a lot of people can relate to that. But yes, that is ultimately, for us all, if you're to boil back any problem that a trader has, it will ultimately boil down to what you said, letting your emotions ruin everything. That's ultimately, and which is why I say trading is like 95% learning to manage the voices in your head, aka your emotions. But yes, in fact, I cannot think of a single Okay, I guess I can. If Trump tweets and you get cooked, was that you lacking emotional control? No. In that situation, that would be something where it boils down to not your emotions, just a Trump tweet cooked you. But yeah, most cases, things are going to boil down to people allowing emotions to cause them to do something stupid. Holding for 800. Do you have a stop loss, Neil, or no? Hey, what's up, Andy? Short lunch today? All right. Well, appreciate you swinging by as always. That is correct, Jimmy. I wonder how it affects you, Clay, talking to all of us baboons here on an almost daily basis. I don't know if it affects me at all. Sergio affected me. But yeah, other than that, I don't know. It's very weird. Right now, I am in this windowless office, basically a glorified closet. You guys are all in here with me. Yes, you guys are all with me in a closet, the way I view it. So when I step out of the closet though, when I come out of the closet and I walk through that door, it's just like, I don't know, it's weird. Like the sunlight hits me. It's like, okay, yeah, this is actually real life. Right now, in many ways, this is not real life. Like it is real life because you guys are all real, but like it's not real. So in other words, like do the dents and the trolls, like do I walk out of here like with my day ruined because a troll just totally gotten? Definitely not. Sergio though, like I said, Sergios are rough, but thankfully Sergios are few and far between. What if we don't want to step out of the closet? Well, I guess that's on you. Oh, I definitely cry for you. No, no, and really at the end of the day, um, I don't know. I guess in the sense of like I'm not a crazy person, I'm not affected. Like if I were to say stuff that like in my mind is common sense and then I got a ton of feedback, that might affect me in the sense of reflecting back on and being like, maybe was the chat? Like am I missing something? But for the most part, because you guys are all rational people, if anything, I guess you just affect me in the sense of like I don't need to question anything because like my definition of common sense is like your guys' definition of common sense. Now, if like on a routine basis, everybody showed up like snowflake music and was like, "Why are you beefing? Why are you beefing?" Then it's like, am I would be what I would have to question is now. I always thought I was just trying to give people constructive feedback, have a constructive conversation, but I don't know. Am I unnecessarily beefing with people? But again, that dude is in the vast minority. So all of you are just like laughing and like having a good time because the vast majority of you realize what I'm doing. I'm just offering up some constructive criticism based on logic, trying to understand better. Like you guys, 98% of you understand what I'm doing. So like, am I affected? I guess I'm affected in the sense of like, I don't think I'm crazy because like, yeah. But like if everybody was like RDS Snowflake, then yeah, I guess you guys would affect me in the sense of, am I missing something here? So in other words, you guys don't really affect me because you're normal, rational people. Like you're not, you're just what I would expect. I expected you would have said like dumb and dumber. I expect you would have. No, I don't. HR, I'm not sure what. I expected you would have said like dumb. Oh, you mean like use the dumb and dumber quote? No, don't move to Iowa. No, Iowa's terrible. Okay, looking for a long here. No, I'm in a glorified closet. Not a single window. We have the vent right there, but other than that, it is hot and stuffy. In the winter, it's freezing up here. So when I literally leave, I'm stepping out of a closet. Okay, maybe along here. Let's see what we can cook up. Hey, what's up, Eli? Okay, I was short paid yesterday. I was short paid yesterday. There was only. I don't know. Did your neighbor open up the box and eat one? Did you make any trades at all? Wait. Oh yeah, you did, Kevin. You said you were down what 216 if I remember right, or was it 217? Today, burn today a fund. No. Very good question, Mary. That is exactly why around here we preach the racehorse model. Because for the price of that one reset that you're asking about, go and look at that price and then go and look at how many test accounts you could buy. So I would take that same amount that you're thinking about spending for one account and I would go buy that many test accounts and then start working on passing multiple accounts. So to fit the analogy, so if you look at each account it starts off as a horse. And then as soon as you actually pass a test, it becomes a racehorse. Well, the nice thing is that you can have multiple racehorses and then you don't even have to use them all because Take Profit Trader, you don't have to activate any accounts. Some prop firms, you have to activate them right away. Now Take Profit Trader. So you could build a stable of racehorses, aka past accounts. That way, moving forward, so for example, let's just say you have 3 past accounts, aka you have 3 horses that you've turned into a racehorse. You only activate one racehorse. Then if you go out there and you lose that racehorse, you're not even tempted with the pro reset anymore. Why? Well, because you can just go grab one of your other racehorses out of the stable, activate that, and then you're good to go. Yeah, exactly. 649. So go take that 649 and use that to start to buy more horses and then get them trained into racehorses. So sure, you're going to have to sacrifice some time right now as opposed to immediately getting back to a pro. But myself and many others here can attest. Uh, it does very, very good from a psychological standpoint to know that you have past accounts sitting there waiting for you, and also it just flat out eliminates the temptation to want to reset a pro. So yeah, Mary, I would say use that 649 and use it to activate the racehorse model. Well, what the 150K reset is, I want to say to reset a 150K pro account is $1,500. How long? They don't. That's why the racehorse model does not necessarily apply to all prop firms. But yeah, with Take Profit Trader, there is no time limit. You can just let it sit there and sit there and sit there. I have horses that I've passed literally months ago that are just still sitting there waiting their turn. You know, they're in the stall right now, just, hitting the I don't know, can you tell how big of a boxer I am? What is the bag that goes bump 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 bump? They're just sitting there like Did it just do another middle finger? This kind of looks like Mordor. Doesn't that look like Sauron's eye for you Lord of the Ring people? Like if I were to do this between those 2 points, doesn't that kind of look like Sauron's eye? Right there. Speed bag, thank you. That's what it is. Okay, here we go, maybe. Come on, Duck Soul. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me, Cletus? I can't do it. It's about to dump through there now. Oh my goodness. Duck Soul. That's... That's enough to send a man on tilt. Yeah, no kidding, Nathan. Yeah, no kidding. Goodness. Oh, man. One of those things where it's embarrassing because it happens in front of people, but also one of those things where if I were to tell you that, like as a story, I would completely understand if you're like, yeah. I'm sure he's not exaggerating at all. Oh, Clay, really? Really? But not, I mean, you guys saw it. Like, huh? Sorry to say I caught that one. Good job, HR. No need to apologize about that. I appreciate it, but no need to it. Congrats. Getting spanked here on NBIS following MNQ here, and I... Why is that embarrassing to miss by one tick? Oh, I don't know. It's just... Like, the person looks kind of stupid, like, man, why did you put your entry there, right? No, I'm not saying it really makes sense for somebody else to, like, take a swipe at me for that, but I mean, this is the internet. Yeah, now I have zero interest in this because now if I were to get filled right there, what does that imply? That implies that this candle that was a good solid green candle has failed. So I'm not really looking to buy when green candles have failed. In fact, hey, what's up, Lexit? This would be a good time to go empty my bladder. I need to take it. That's kind of annoying right now. All right, I'll be right back. Did I miss anything? You're short on gold. All right. Hey, Brian, where you been? Oh, wait, you're on vacation right now. Or you were on vacation. I think you're still on vacation. I guess I can't remember now. You're on vacation. Oh, you just got back. Well, welcome back. How was it? All right, TA. Appreciate the numbers. East Coast lunch break for the MMs. Dan, how's the market still moving without the MMs, man? This is crazy. Conspiracy. The market's moving without the MMs. They're at lunch. All right. I'm gonna try a double top here. I'll run my bike through the Smoky Mountains. Oh, very nice. Had elk visit. Oh wait, I'm confused. I thought the Smoky Mountains were in Tennessee. I guess I didn't realize that there were elk in Tennessee. Sounds like I'm about to learn something here. Well, today is now starting to become the close but not close enough. Again, broadly speaking, I was right. Worked out beautifully well. Came up, came back down, but that's why broad statements don't mean anything, because within the details, I got the entry point wrong. Elk are in Tennessee. Well, interesting. I just learned that. I did not realize Tennessee had elk. Trump just said he thinks inflation trend will hold. I mean, agree. I'm just saying. Well, yeah. Could you imagine him saying like, no, I don't think this is real. I think it's going to get worse again. What is oil at? Is oil still creeping up? Because that'll give us our answer. As of now, it's not going to be holding. Elk were reintroduced. Okay, I guess I shouldn't be shocked because I remember I watched. Was it Meat Eater? Anyways, you hunting people probably know what the show Meat Eater is, but I think he hunted for elk in Kentucky once. Okay, maybe it's not because now that I think about it, there are elk in a portion of Michigan. They're highly protected and like very, 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 very strictly managed. So I guess elk kind of used to be everywhere. Which that's a super interesting conversation right there about government regulations and something that has softened me a little bit in that regard. As a capitalist, it's like okay, maybe not everything is always as black and white as what I think, but me getting more into the outdoors has created some corners for myself where I'm like, okay, maybe I'm not as anti-regulation as what I think. All right, maybe. Yeah, I don't know. As I look over at the 5 minute, me getting short here, probably not the smartest thing. This thing has made a nice move up, pulled back, has now leveled out. So I could very realistically see it curl up. But does that mean I'm looking to get long here? I don't know if I like that either. TP just hit on gold. Hey. Wait, I thought you were short on gold. Oh, no, I'm sorry. I'm looking at oil there. I'm looking at oil. Yeah, there we go. All right, I'm going to try another one down here now. It does have quite the track record recently of this general area providing support, so we'll see. So which means everybody should probably move up their entry to 708. Just move it up one tick, 708. With the way this current session is going. Uh-oh, Quincy. That's why right here, Quincy. This is part of all traders' tool belts right here. Gotta always have that. Yes, internet connection matters. Yeah, you're going to want to have a decent enough computer to keep up with things. But also need that. Clay, you didn't get long. Right. I was trying to get long, but I did. You were correct. I did not get long. I was trying, but trying. I guess trying and doing are not the same thing. Ha ha ha. Why you gotta laugh at me? Neil, why are you rubbing it in, man? That's crazy. Dude's trying to send me on tilt. Crazy. Neil wants my kids to starve tonight. Sorry, kids. Daddy just cooked a bunch of accounts because he went on tilt because Neil was laughing at him. That's crazy. That's crazy. You want my kids to starve. Trump is done talking. Roger that. Agreed, Christina. Straight up bully. He's bullying me. We're 6 foot, what is it, 4, 275-pound snowflake music to defend me. Lost my dog to the market. Bro turned the table. Yeah. That's one thing okay. Somebody asked me, has a live stream affected me? I think I've gotten better at, and a little bit quicker on my feet. Now, granted, I've done, live webinars for for my private community for a long time now. So this is not my first rodeo, just stepping out and kind of having to think on your feet. That's one thing. The chat box, if you're going to choose to interact with the chat box on the internet where people can hide behind screen names, it's kind of either be eaten alive or learn to get a little quick on your feet thinking. So that's something that I would say I've probably gotten a little bit better at. Sometimes I wish my wit were a little quicker than what it was. I don't have the quickest wit. I don't think I have a slow wit either, but sometimes I'm like, oh man, come on, think, what could be funny here, think, and it's just, then it goes into, okay, lost opportunity. Lost my dog to the market sounds like a country song. Yeah, Quincy right now, I've never seen the name, or at least I don't recognize the name. He's being very mysterious. Not as mysterious, though, as Richard yesterday. Richard haunted my dreams. I've never seen anything so epic. But Richard is just, he's like he's going to become like a myth around here. It's like, no, I understand it sounds like a myth, but it's actually true. Happens with old age. What happens with old age? Your wit gets slower? Or that people like Richard haunt your dreams? It is a lot of pressure to have to perform everyday live, though. I kind of. Because, I promise you, the people, this is why I can just shake my head, and I'm like, the fact that people think I'm upset or blah, 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 it's like, if you are a troll. Now, if one of you I respected who was normal, I will confess, if one of you just all of a sudden kind of went AWOL and was just like, that would affect me a little bit like, hey, man. Because as weird as it is, I consider many of you like friends. Like, I know your avatar. I know your names. I understand your sense of humor. So if one of you all of a sudden flipped a switch, that'd be a little discomforting. But like the trolls and stuff like that, I really don't feel any pressure, right? I don't care. Because I don't care what a troll thinks, which is, again, why I just laugh when people think I'm actually getting all upset. It's like, again, bottom right-hand corner. So in other words, I guess it's, man, it's impressive that you, what did you say? It's a lot of pressure to have. And what I'm saying is, it's actually, I don't feel that much pressure because I don't really care. Like, the people that are going to roast me are just the trolls, and I really don't care what a troll thinks. I think that is one of the benefits of getting old and cranky. You know, you get into your 40s and you live enough life and you're like, yeah, I truly do not care what some dude living in their basement thinks about, or some guy that is my age and is like just broke. Like, those are the people I definitely don't care about. So it's not as much pressure as what you may think. Is the bottom purple line? Yes. Okay, I would call that pink, but yeah, that is the 200 SMA. Up here, purple is the 50 SMA. Yeah, exactly, Matt. Exactly, Serpent God. Like the way some people behave, there's a couple different situations. They're just young and stupid, and I get it. I was young and stupid, so I mean, it is what it is. Or they are, yeah, they're not living the best life. Exactly. Maybe they're age 40. Maybe they're my age, 43, living paycheck to paycheck. I don't know. I don't know. Some people are they're just angry, and those are the people who are like, dude, I can't care about what they think about. I live in a basement. Okay, so Quincy looking like, I don't know, maybe he's been here before. Or he's just being funny. I'm not sure. Legends took both of my winning accounts because I traded too many contracts. Okay, so what you're saying is, okay, well, I would disagree that they're the best. I would say Take Profit Trader is the best, but regardless, we won't go. So you were capped at a certain amount of contracts, and they let you trade more contracts than you were allowed to. And because to be fair, you did break a rule. It sounds like, but I want to make sure I understand. So you're only allowed to trade 10 contracts, and what you're saying is you went and you traded 12 contracts, and because of that, they took the accounts. Is that what you're saying? Why is that a thing? Let young folks be young and stupid. No, no, I agree. I agree. I'm just saying it does from a logical standpoint, it makes no sense to let somebody that per the premise is young and stupid really like bother me. Like that doesn't make any sense. That's why I'm saying, yeah. I'm not saying anything. Yeah, let them be young and stupid. That let them live life. They'll get smarter. They said I did one more contract than I was able to. Okay, so it sounds like, and I would agree in this sense. It sounds like if I would need to give Legends feedback here, it'd be like, hey, be like Take Profit Trader. So and don't let people submit an order. If it's outside of your requirement, then just have Tradovate reject it. But it sounds like with Legends, they don't do that. So it's possible for you to enter in a number that goes outside of what they're allowing. Again, I'm trying to be just as fair as possible. Technically speaking, you did break a rule. But I do agree with you in the sense of they should probably make that rule like not like they shouldn't allow that to even be broken because they should tell Tradovate to not even allow you to enter into an order more than what you want, right? So for example, on this account, if I were to go, 500 accounts and then I tried to buy, like notice nothing's happening, right? It's just automatically rejecting because this is outside of what I'm allowed position size wise. I was just looking for videos on options trading and just found this live. So you decided to show up and make your first words poop. Am I following that right, Quincy? So in other words, let me guess, you are 20. 21. All right. That checks out. For your first words in a live stream to be poop. Gotcha. That checks out. I appreciate the well, I'm assuming you're being honest, but that does make sense. Well, good to have you, Quincy Beats. But if I don't know how open you are to actually listening, but assuming you're looking to day trading options is not if like there are better things to focus on than day trading options. Yeah, no, that's good. Thank you. Well, again, define care. Customer service didn't care in what regard? Because again, to be fair, you broke a rule. So like, if by caring you mean as we'll make an exception, well, I mean, I don't know if I would classify that as not caring. I do agree though. That's kind of a rough rule. So if you do use legends, anybody, keep in mind to double, and triple check your entry size because they will allow you to buy more contracts than you're allowed which is a rule break, and then they'll cook you for it. So just keep that in mind. What do I recommend? Good question, Quincy. The most efficient way to go about day trading is to day trade futures through a prop firm. Meaning they gave me a robotic answer more than once, and Ann was a brand new customer, literally passed their evals and got defunded with the money, and they revoked. Okay, well, they revoked both accounts? So you broke a rule on one account and they took both of them? Am I understanding that right? Because that doesn't sound right at all. Or did you break the rule on both accounts? Looks like this is about to be a healthy uptrend. Okay, fair enough. We'll see what happens. And looking at the 5-minute, I can see that. I can see that. So again, Quincy, and the reason why futures are way better than options is because, and I don't even know, you're just learning about options, but like options have this thing called theta, and theta makes your life more difficult than it needs to be relative to futures because futures does not have theta. Oh, you're copy trading. Okay, so there we go. So to be fair to Legends, you broke a rule, and it is what it is. But to be fair to you and what you're pointing out, yeah, I agree with you. It sounds like Legends should just tell Tradovate, hey, don't let people buy more than they're allowed to buy for the account size. So there we go. But thank you for sharing, Gator. Good, definitely good to know if you're going to use Legends, is they will let you buy more than you're allowed to, which is a rule violation. Is the E-mini same as TQQQ? No. Well, I don't know. What depends what you mean by same. Is it the same chart? No. Okay. Yes, it's kind of the same chart, but they're two different things. TQQ is an ETF. The E-mini is a futures contract. Yeah, nobody's ignoring Neil. Newbies always trying to start stuff. What is up with the English people? Oh, wait, I guess I don't know if Newbie is English. I know he's in the UK, so technically he could be Scottish or Irish or Welsh or something, I suppose. Okay, cool. Quincy, I would go with Take Profit Trader. That's the link at the top of the screen. Because for somebody that's new to prop firms, they have very, very clean set of rules. There's no consistency rule, no scalping rule, Very, very straightforward and easy to understand. So yeah, I would go with Take Profit Trader. That's who I use. That's who I recommend. That's who I've only ever used. So yeah, if you go to the link at the top of the screen, and if you want to get 40% off and then 0 activation and help just support the stream, you can use code Clay there. But good, I'm glad you already understood theta or the Greeks because then my explanation means a whole lot more to you. And not to mention, futures move way better than options anyways. But even for argument's sake, if we assume they move the same, why would you choose to deal with theta when one of them does not have theta? So, but again, you get the icing on the cake where futures move better than options anyways. No, HC, no. You thought wrong. Take Profit Trader does not have a rule about minimum amount of hold time that I'm aware of. And if they do have it, they definitely don't enforce it. Because I've never heard of anybody. Now, I understand for me, you could say, well, of course, Clay, you have a code with them. They're not going to enforce it for you. That's a fair argument. But I've never heard anybody say that they got something denied or anything because of some sort of scalping rule. They did once threaten to cancel my accounts because I was so good looking. Other than that, I've had no pushback from TPT. We going up or down? Falls Image, we've been waiting for you. I don't know where you've been. You've been gone a long time, Falls Image, but we've been waiting. I'm not taking a trade since you did not stop showing up a couple months ago. But now that you're back, I'm ready to take a trade. You tell me. Yeah, Tradeify I think is 10 seconds or more, but I think it's on 50% of your trades. So they have it kind of. So you can scalp on some trades, but not all trades. But for me, I'm like, well, that's why I love Take Profit Trader, because I can scalp on all trades. Not that I'm necessarily looking to scalp on all trades, but I do like to know that I don't have to worry about, okay, where am I in this 50%? It's just, hey, Jay Keith. Long 785. I love it. Jay Keith, dude's always bringing the numbers. Always the numbers. Okay, there we go, Philly. Yeah. I think that probably also falls under the you can't use bots. So that probably falls into that category. Yeah, and I would consider bot trading to be high frequency trading. So I think they're all kind of I don't even know why they really need to mention that. That seems to be encapsulated with no bot trading. All right, here we go. Maybe a trade's going to start taking shape here. TPT has a mic. Oh, I just read that. Yeah, again, Benjamin, good. Thank you for sharing that, but that's kind of my point. I don't like to have to do little tricks. I like to just be able to trade. I was looking for the VWAP bounce around 660. Gotcha. I did, you newbie. Yep. They gone. They are gone. Yeah, it's exactly that. I mean, I see what he's trying to do, but you're right. That still opens up the door to stuff like that. Nice job, Nathan. Back with Apex again. Oh, that doesn't even work, keeping the West Wild? Oh. Hey, Azaria. Good to see you. I don't know. I'm losing track. Now there's Trade Ovade is, they were behind on late, but I don't know. I don't know. The trend is seeming to be people that have built things over in the CFD and Forex space now look at futures and come over here, and then they're like, oh, wait, futures is different math. Our operations are so. It's kind of same thing with funding ticks, right? Because I think funding pips is still around. But yeah, funding ticks, they're like, wait a second. And then same with Alpha, right? Alpha is, they have they're based out of the UK, bunch of scumbags, newbie. Anyways, I think they have a CFD platform or something. And to be fair to Alpha, have they gone bankrupt? Are they still around? Yes. But the writing seems to be on the wall that, let me put it this way. I'm not gonna include them on that slide. And if you are still choosing to go with Alpha, your risk is, there are so many other things there are so many other firms you could go with right now, where you don't have to take on the risk of are they still going to be around? It makes no sense. It makes no sense to take a risk right now in Alpha, when you have plenty of other prop firms where that, yes, that risk is, I guess, theoretically always there, but it's not glaring you in the face. So because of that, that's the writing on the wall. Like once that confidence is broke, then nobody's gonna keep buying accounts, which means that I would assume it's game over. Civil war in the chat? What? Who? There's no civil war in the chat. What are we talking about? Who's fighting in the chat? I don't see anybody fighting. Premium rug pull, flex rug. I shouldn't laugh because that's yeah. But again, under the assumption people are rational, which, as we've learned, some people around here are not. That's a false assumption. But the vast majority of people are rational. Why? Why even buy an account and have the risk of? I don't know, man. Are they about to go under or not? Should I like why would you do that when you can just go to Take Profit Trader or somebody else and just buy an account and have that peace of mind? So that reason alone, their revenue is gonna, I would assume, shrivel up, and it is what it is. But again, to be fair, they are still around as far as I'm aware. They are still so they haven't gone bankrupt. I just don't see how they survive this moving forward. Let me put it this way: the risk does not make any sense in my mind, so there's no way I'm gonna have them on my slide anymore. Oh, I got you, Connor. That makes sense. All right, Jay Keith, Amarius, Roger that. All right. Kind of one of these slow, steady grind trends, but kind of a rough one because there's been so many pullbacks. Granted, all the pullbacks have recovered, but it's those pullbacks that pull back a little bit more than you'd like, and then they knock you out, and then it goes back up. Okay, and what if they don't? What do I get this from you, newbie? Huh? Yeah, and that too. Yes, agreed. Keeping the West wild. So not only are they competing against people that are just based on the principle of it all, they're also competing against rational people that, let's just say, think completely mechanically. Right? Your principle is based more so in emotions, and I think that's a good thing. So that's not a slight. That is a good thing. But just the people that are like, I'm not here for emotions. I'm strictly here for logic and numbers. For them, even those people are like, logically, it makes no sense to take on this risk when there are other choices out there that don't introduce this. Are they even going to be around next week? Risk out of the picture. So like, they're getting beat up from both sides with regardless. People with principle, aka using emotions in their decision making, and also those that are just using numbers and logic and are emotionless robots. No hate to newbies, please. We don't. Okay, when I've been saying newbie, I've been talking to a newbie 2620. Uh-oh, you're cracking walnuts, Neil? All right, maybe along here. This is a nice little hammer forming. Okay, I'm long on the hammer. Hey, good morning, Okoro. Just in case there's a spike, try to take advantage of it. Again, I'm not saying that I think there will be one, but just think. Thank you, brother. About time you fill me on one of these without like. All right, let's take risk off the table here. There we go. Risk. So this will be a green. I really like that. No, I want to give this thing more room. I want to give it more room. So still now could be a losing trade. I like that candle. I want to give it a chance, but because of that, because I want to give it more of a chance, I've opened myself up to this still potentially being a losing trade. Now, if this gets closer to this, then I'm definitely gonna, take my risk off the table. But I want to give it a chance here because that is a very nice candle right there. I prefer TA over feelings any day. Well, yeah, I think we all say that, but the problem with feelings, aka the voices in our head, they're pretty good at getting us to not listen to the TA. Like that's their specialty. Like, hey, I realize the chart's not showing your setup. And then this is the close enough voice. But it's close enough, brother. It's close enough, brother. Oh, yeah, you're right. It is close enough. Okay. Duh, what happened? And then the close enough is like, got him, coach. Got him. Yeah, I think most of us have the close enough voice, right? That's close enough. Yeah. Oh man, that one is that one carries with it a baseball bat wrapped in barbed wire. And the barbed wire has like poison dart frog like things on each little tip. Okay, I'm moving it up here now. This thing is either going to get followed through or it's not, and if it doesn't, so this is now officially a winning trade. Just a question of how big will the winning trade be? She's going. Jay Keith, I'm banning you if you just jinxed it. If you just Darcy'd this. Oh, by the way, so yesterday I was telling you I went through the list over the weekend and I unbanned some people. One of the people I unbanned was John Darcy. So in theory, John Darcy could show back up. Hey, Top. Looks like 860. It should make it. Hope so for all of you. Maybe. That'd be great if it can get up to 860. We'll get up there before I don't want it to come down here and then go to 860 because that would stop me out. I would really like for this target to get hit. That would make me happy with the trade. But right now, I would be unhappy if I get stopped out. Even though my first target was hit and it's still a green trade, I'd like to at least see this one get hit for me to start to feel better about it all. To feel like it was actually a good quality trade. Gonna go right there. Just in case like a double top happens right there. Take some off right there. All right, gonna move up my stop. So now my risk is I make 8 points. I like when my risk is making 8 points, reward unknown. Why is my reward unknown? Because I have no idea how high up this might want to go. But yes, assuming there's no Trump tweet. If there's a Trump tweet and a Trump candle, who knows how bad slippage we'll get. So under that, assuming there's no Trump tweet, my risk right now is I make 8 points. And looking like and I am oh so close to getting stopped. That would tickle me pink if I'd be able to survive this. I don't think I am though. But I'd love to be tickled pink. Yeah, in my mentorship, Arbiter. Sorry, brother. I think I told you this before, and I say this with all due respect. We can't turn this into a one-on-one mentorship between you and me, brother. There are actually other people here. All right, well. So that was disappointing. Quincy, yeah. Very straightforward. Evaluation thing. So on the 50K account, make 3,000. However, you do have to manage risk, but don't lose 2,000. And then that's the most contracts you can buy would be 6NQ, for example, which is just crazy. And then up to 60 micros. And then the per month is only during the test phase. So that's why I always tell people aim to pass within 1 month, because after you pass, that fee goes away. So then therefore your all-in risk is $102. Because the worst that happens is they take the account away from you, aka you blow the account, but out of your wallet, it's only 102. But yeah, that's it. That's just show that you can make, again, you can take as long as you want. But I always say aim to pass within 1 month. But while you're on your quest to pass or to make 3,000, do not lose 2,000. You do have to manage risk. Eng or ARG. I don't trade stocks anymore. I don't know what those ticker symbols are. I know. See, Fall's image. Your stereotype is wrong. I fall perfectly into the stereotype. The stereotype being, as soon as USA is not knocked out of like pretty much any like soccer tournament, USA, like Americans, they don't care. That is a stereotype, and I'm telling you, I fall perfectly into that stereotype. So I don't know. I don't care. I have thought zero about it. Because again, I'm the stereotypical American. Oh, USA's out of the soccer tournament. Yeah, I don't care about soccer anymore. Soccer, what's that? Like that, I'm the stereotypical American. Hey, what's up, James? So no NFL. I really don't care about the NFL anymore. If anything, I like college football. If I'm going to follow any sports, it would be college sports, specifically college football. Hockey, kind of like that too. Hockey is pretty much the same. Hey, Sarkor, good afternoon. Newbie, I'm assuming you typed that as I was talking about it and with the delay. I did not realize that was a legal distinction. Although I will say college sports is kind of getting corrupted now too with all the NIL stuff. It's just like, I mean, it's not a bad, like in some ways it'll guarantee for the most part that Ohio State will stay relevant now. Because Ohio State, big school, big alumni base, a lot of money. Um, so like, but it's also like how all of a sudden Texas Tech is good, right? How did Texas Tech get good? Well, I mean, oil money, right? Oil money. You can start buying players. So I don't know. In some way, yeah. I don't. I maybe I'm too old school, but I like the days before NIL. Even if that meant Ohio State, if they had a couple of bad years in recruiting, might not be good. To me, I thought that trade-off was good enough. But now it's kind of like those schools at the top are gonna pretty much remain at the top. Batsy, now very key distinction. I recommend as part of futures day trading prop firms to go and day trade futures with your own funds, especially if you're a beginner, is a recipe for disaster. So I prefer to day trade through prop firms, especially if you're a beginner. So the prop firm that I use and recommend, especially for beginners, would be Take Profit Trader. Through Take Profit Trader as the prop firm, I'm using Tradeovate as the platform. So 2 layers. Layer number 1, prop firm. That prop firm being Take Profit Trader. That's the link you see at the top of the screen there. And then through the prop firm, Tradeovate. I went. Yeah, there. Yeah, exactly. Same with. I mean, all the Texas schools, I would assume, are gonna stay very relevant now because, like, if you look at it, Texas is like the Middle East of United States, right? Middle East, all those countries have a lot of money for one reason, obviously oil. That's kind of like the United States. Maybe if there was more like, maybe if Alaska was a little bit more livable, I could see Alaska being like, I think Alaska would easily overtake Texas, right? Because Alaska is just massive. But Texas kind of has a little bit better weather compared to Alaska. The U, oh boy. Oh boy. Well, congrats to those that weathered this storm. Unfortunately, dang, I just got knocked out barely. Doggone it. Even when I'm in a winning trade, I can't win this afternoon. Like in fact, did I get like, was I like my stop right there, the bottom before it recovered back up? That's irritating. I'm 5 points away from 840. Is that your target? Was 840? How's silver looking these days? I don't know. You tell me. I've not looked at silver in quite literally months. Don't know, don't care. Quit your whining. I'm whining about what? I've been whining about multiple things, Johnny. What do I need to quit whining about? I've been whining about getting stopped out. I've been whining about NIL. I've been whining about how good looking I am. Green is green. I kind of. I appreciate that attitude, but that's also an attitude where you can end up with a 90% win rate and not be profitable, right? You can't go broke taking a profit. Green is green. A win is a win. Again, I appreciate the attitude. I do. I know that attitude is coming from a good place, so I do appreciate that. However, that attitude can also lead to people that never let winners win. They're always cutting themselves short. And sure, they win maybe 90% of the time, but the problem is that 10% ultimately just destroys everything else. So yes, green is green, but sometimes letting green get even a darker shade of green is what is needed. I am, yeah. I've been whining a lot, a lot. Texas Tech's Cody Campbell donations. Yeah, so that's one thing. I don't. Yeah, Boone Pickens. I would think. Oh, now when I see OSU, boy, you got to understand. You got to understand that means Ohio State in my world. I know you're referring to Oklahoma State, but nah. The Ohio State University. Anyways, Oklahoma State. That is kind of weird. Why aren't they better, quicker? They do. They got Boone Tick. I don't know. Maybe he's not into football. Like this is why I'm pretty sure Michigan will eventually, definitely start to. I mean, I knew they won 3 years ago, but like, who was it? The wife of who's the guy that owns Oracle? Anyways, I'm pretty sure the wife of the guy that owns Oracle. She's pretty. I think she's a Michigan alumni, and I think she's kind of into sports. So if that is true, then man, Michigan basically has unlimited payroll because that dude's worth like I don't know what is it? He's worth like what at least 100 billion. Larry Ellison, thank you. You can please fact check me, but I'm pretty sure Larry Ellison's wife is a Michigan alumni, or would that be alumnus? Fact check me though. Yeah, no, not Oregon State. You rarely let runners run. That is just blatantly false. I'm very blatantly false. My claim. See, I can't determine this guy. Is he just a dented baboon troll that's been here before? Or is he just bipolar? Because some days you're fantastic to have around. Other times, like today, you're just speaking out of your backside. Right. And what I'm telling you is your observation would be wrong. Yeah. So on that, I would think Michigan. they're not going to be bad. They're not going to become bad, assuming that's true. Because for them at that point, you've now just turned college football into just like a glorified game, right? Us common folk, we like to go play Monopoly. We like to go play Settlers of Catan. We like to play board games. But when you have billions of dollars, your board game is literally like the world. Like, hey, let's try this. Like, imagine how fun it would be as a board game. Like, you have billions of dollars and you're like, okay, let's play the board game of college football. How do we build and win the game? What is the game? We'll win a national championship. Now that you can buy players, it's like, I mean, there you go. I don't know if it's like Hunger Games. Yeah, again, Texas A&M. Again, all those Texas schools are, I would say, are in the like they should never really be quote unquote bad moving forward because they have all that oil money. I don't know about that. Indiana, that was just the majority of that dude came from his original school, James Madison. Indiana was just that guy's, I think, on another level of coaching. But no, I'm not aware of Indiana going out there and like buying some like high profile roster. Like the quarterback they have was with, I can't even remember Indiana's head coach's name, but he was with him at James Madison, if I remember right. Again, you can fact check me on that, but I'm pretty sure a lot of the guys that just were on the team that won Indiana championship were from James Madison. So they just had that team chemistry. I think Texas has the largest alumni base. Could also be Ohio State. Who has the largest alumni base in USA? Stop. Really? Okay. Again, according to this, Indiana, number 1, 805,000 plus. Number 2, Penn State. Number 3, Michigan. Number 4, UCLA. Number 5, Ohio State. I always thought it fluctuated, or maybe that was just biggest school. I always thought biggest school year-to-year basis always fluctuated between Ohio State and Texas, but okay, Indiana was not on my scorecard. Okay, I guess this happened in 2025, which checks out a little bit because I've not looked at this stat in forever. Indiana University now ranks number 1 for largest alumni community. Dang, who knew that? Well, in. All right, Quincy, let's go. I just read Texas A&M was. Well, you must have a different source. What account size did you go with? Indiana QB is from California. Lots of receivers came from JMU. Okay. Thank you, One In Tech. Not alumni. Oh. Yeah, unfortunately, you just got no incorrect, Neil. Southern New Hampshire University, SNHU, and Western Governors University rank as the largest. Cool. All right, Quincy, code Clay. Again, make sure you use code Clay, all caps, so you get 40% off and then 0 activation. Signetti, yeah, that's his name. Yeah, it's true. Are you including online or not? See, Neil, context is king. If you include online enrollees, it's not Texas A&M. Yeah. Central Florida. They're always been kind of big too. I remember that one. Okay. But what? So 25 largest universities by campus enrollment. Arizona State number one, Texas A&M number two, Ohio State number three, and then it is right University of Central Florida number four, Washington five. Really, New York University? I thought they were small prestigious one. They're number six. Okay, we're looking at different lists, but point being, yes, that we're all up in the things you start to talk about when the market's not moving a whole lot. Yeah, I thought NYU was more like a not Ivy League, but maybe a little bit more not so big. Orange line. Okay, I would call that a dotted brown line, and that's a pivot point. This orange line here is the previous session close. I'm assuming that's not what you're talking about, given that was not on the screen, but there you go. Yeah. Same with California, Ohio State. I think a lot of state schools do, right? Which kind of shows how massive California is, because like just their satellite, like they have multiple satellite campuses that are really big, right? California, Berkeley, aka just who we would call University of California, like that is one of their branches. Big school. Then you have UCLA, University of California, but Los Angeles, another satellite campus. Huge. You young guys will be bailing them out someday. A lot of schools have huge debt. Maybe, Dean. Or maybe we just let them go bankrupt. Yeah, if you wanna explain, newbie, that's fine. Nah, you're fine. I could see how that could be orange. Yeah, University of California, San Diego. Can't say I consider that a big school. Do we have a bit of a rising wedge here? I don't know. Let's see. I think we might have a rising wedge. I don't want to. I mean, that's not terrible. That's not terrible. I might take a swing at it. I might take a swing at it. I'm going to take a swing at it. I'm sure. Let's see if we can get some breakdown here of this rising wedge. Take the little scalpy scalp there. I should have waited for the 21. That was a weird one because it all came together so quick, and then I'm in a trade. So I went from like, man, there's not really a lot of trades. All of a sudden, I'm in a trade. So that kind of weirded me out a little bit. Yeah. If you took that and you're still in, 21 EMA, next potential problem point. Now, if the Bears can press down through the 21 EMA, that's where the bigger follow through could certainly happen. Do we think we will reject 30K and go back down? I don't know, maybe. 30K though is kind of irrelevant for me. I've not put any thought into 30K because we're not anywhere close. Now, if you're a sway trader and you're willing to hold for hours on end, yeah, maybe you need to already be factoring 30K into your analysis. But I am not a sway trader, so therefore, whether or not this goes to 30K, irrelevant for me. Again, that's just for me though. All right, and there is the 21 EMA. Like I said, okay. This is why you're going into timeout now. There's nothing worse than I told you so person when they talk like that. What about the trade that I took before this one where I did let it work for me? What about that one? You don't comment on that one. Whoa! What was that? Yeah, exactly, Unix. Oh, well, that one doesn't count. Yes. Again, that's how people with confirmation, that's confirmation bias at its best. He's the type of guy where I could have taken 10 trades. 8 of them would have been me trying to let the thing work for me. And then the 2 where I do more scalps, he's like, see, told you. Oh, see, I told you. But yeah, you nailed it. Yeah. But the one, again, confirmation bias. That's why people like that, I need a little bit of a break from. I'll give them 10 minutes. I need a 10-minute break from that buffoonery. There are no runners usually with scalping. I mean, depends on your definition of scalping. But yeah, broadly speaking, that's ballpark definition I would say makes sense. But even within the context of how that comment came up was, yes, if all you do, if you never ever let anything work for you, then yes, that is where you can end up with like 90% win rates and then you're still not profitable. That was the context. So, I mean, for him, when he brings up the whole, well, it's like, that was never my point. My point was like, not rarely doing it. My point was never doing it. So anyways, it's just one of those things where there's always breadcrumbs of those that are not actually listening. Now, to be fair, he's probably sitting there, I don't know. Oh, wait, where's, I was going to say eating a bowl of SpaghettiOs. But who is our SpaghettiO guy? We haven't seen in a while. Oh, yeah, BTV SpaghettiOs? Where's he been? I'm very stupid. Again, I'm very stupid as the guy's name. Okay, on that note, to be fair, at least he's not lying. His screen name is kind of sort of being quite honest. So I don't know why I'm acting all shocked that the guy's name, whose name is I'm very stupid, is making stupid arguments. That's okay. Okay, I'm gonna step back because usually my whole point is, hey, if you're stupid and you don't know something, just admit that you're stupid and you don't know it. Because at least people are like, okay, at least you're being upfront. He is kind of being upfront with his name when his name is I'm very stupid. So yeah, I guess I'm in the wrong here to be all like, what a stupid argument that. Oh wait, he's okay. He disclosed it in his name. I stand corrected. They building our chimney. Our chimney is coming to life. All right, let's see. So let's see if I can show you the chimney that is coming to life. Let's see. There it is. There's our chimney. So there, and then it's alive. It's alive. Oh, it means it, dented dummy dum dum dum. It means it. And I love you for it. Oh, no. Yeah. 21 EMA. with some trickery. Do I do a back test, though? That's now what I'm thinking. Do I try to play a back test of the tread line? Maybe. Just the classic broke. Does it come back up here and then roll back over? See, so that's what I mean. Jocko, you commented, but like when we're like, are you gonna do a tour of your house when it's done? It's like, no plans, because ultimately, most of you, which is fine, just don't care. So like, there's really no point in putting in a bunch of effort to do like a video of a tour when I show a picture of things and then I got one person saying, "Sweet." Again, that is okay to everybody else. I'm just trying to use that as an explanation of like why the time and energy of putting together like a tour video, I don't think it would really be worth it. Okay, maybe a short here on the back test. I'm in. Let's see what she wants to do. Oh, your room's already built. Yeah, it's in the septic tank out back. Yeah, no, I'm sorry. I should have let you know that your room's been ready for about a month now after they installed the septic system. Yeah. Septic system is all yours, dented dummy. Why'd you delete that one? How's my office looking, Neil? Why'd you delete that? What did you think was wrong with that comment? All right, there's my stop. I'm not going to putz around with this thing. If it comes up, just take me out. Whatever. Whatever, brother. All right, well, that one did not work out. Back to the drawing board I go. Ooh. All right, do I try it again here short at this tread line? Do we finally maybe get a rejection here? You went long at the back just at the tread line? Alrighty then. Okay, well then those are two different trades, aren't they? Aren't they? Because I didn't think it was gonna break. The Hosey play cut. No, it's that's different now. He waited for it to break, so he at least got confirmation. Okay, I'm short. Come on, upper tread line. Let's have a history repeat here. Let's repeat history. What do you say? Looking for 870. Well, with all due respect, hopefully at least comes down here and then goes to 870. Come on. Come on down. Come on, smack it down, Treadline. Smack it down. Man. This thing doesn't really want to. Look at this. Beautiful can. I could not ask for a better setup here, right? Look at the beautiful candle at the tread line. Like, if this doesn't work, don't, like, I will take this every time. I could not ask for a better setup. Doesn't mean it'll work, but if it doesn't, it is what it is. In fact, I'm thinking, do I add some here to the winner? Do I add to a winner right there? I think so. This is a thing of beauty. I'm adding more right there. Which, again, will technically be adding to a winner because my entry is the blue line. False image. Dude, just come on, man. Come on, brother. You are not new around here. Surely you know that I'm using other time frames off screen. Surely you've heard me say that at least once over the many times you've been here. Look at this tread line doing its job, but we need more. I need more of your job. I need you to actually create some downwards oomph. What is the deal at this level? Thank you. Let's go. Come on, momentum. Come on. This action is just garbage. How do you get that break and then, like, barely at all any follow through? You're in short and got out. Yeah. Maybe that was a wise thing to do, but goodness. All these upper shadows. Surely this thing can at least pull down. Again, I'm not looking for a full-blown reversal, but at least hit a couple targets. Right, I'm done. Stop is right there. My risk, I want off the table. This is stupid. Either come down or not. I'm not going to sit around and play your game. Absolutely stupid. All right, out. Whatever. All right, out of that one with, I think, a small gain. Just, yeah. A setup like that, in my mind, it needs to be coming down. And the more it just putzes around, especially when you add, I'm not going to sit here and play all that. Again, if you are still short, I don't blame you one bit. You're not wrong at all. And I hope you get paid. I hope you get paid. But for me, I'm not going to goof around. Who remembers that line from the movie Airplane? I've never seen Airplane, so. But look at that upward tread line. I mean, the power of tread lines. Now, are tread lines perfect? They're not perfect. But, like, I mean, you guys saw that played out right there. 3 in a row. And I will try again up here. Actually, it'll be a little bit like of a fake breakout of the tread line. Looking for the pivot point. So, like, fake break of the tread line with a rejection right at the pivot. So if it does go up there, I'll be looking for a short. I think there is still technically a rising wedge here, just a new one. Let's see. So this trend line here is still very, very much so in play. Yeah. So that's why, personally, I'd be a little nervous going anything long right now because it is, like I said, technically a rising wedge. Doesn't mean just because a pattern is bearish doesn't mean prices are going down, but I'm not looking to get long. Oh, that would make sense. Don't call me Shirley. Is that a quote from it? Because I think I did say, surely it's got to go down. That's funny. Trailing 1 micro from 752. Nice job, Benjamin. You dirty rat. Did he just call that nice man a dirty rat? Yep, I did. I did. I own it. Value area. Oh my goodness. Do I? Okay, rewards got to go into job training. He's getting a timeout for that nonsense. Let's see. Put in timeout. We'll give him 1 minute. 1 minute for such nonsense comment. I'll use that as toilet paper. My MES chart is moving the same. I guess I lost track of ES. Is ES kind of matching up with NQ today? We've had some days over the past few weeks where ES and NQ are like, don't care what either of you are doing, and they've just been doing their own thing. Hey, morning, Prosper. Hey, it's Catboy. Where have you been, Catboy? Well, never mind. There's the... I thought your name was Cat Turd. Has it always been Catboy Trader? Or at one point was it Cat Turd Trader? Yeah, there's my move. Anyways, for anybody that was short, that held, and had more patience than me, I salute you. Okay, it's always been Catboy. Wait, isn't there kind of a big account on Twitter called Cat Turd? Maybe that's what got me. Isn't there a Cat Turd on Twitter? That's kind of a bigger account, or am I just literally hallucinating right now and making this stuff up? Somebody fact check me. I think there is a Cat Turd person on Twitter. But noted, your name has always been Catboy Trader. Okay, so that is a real name. Okay. I mean, I do know that cat turds are. Oh, to be fair to you, you did put that in caps. Hey, Papacito. Okay, all right, that makes sense then. All right, am I about to go long here at 21 EMA? I think so. I think so, folks. I'm long. See if we can get a bounce off the 21 EMA. And I shorted like 100 times today. I think it's been a mixed bag. It was perfect for channel trading. Yeah, I did not do a whole lot of channel trading today. All right, I'm buying more right there. Or not. All right, I'm out. Just this is just norm. I think it's just the market. Like clockwork, we get later on in the live stream. I look up, we're getting into about 3 hours of the live stream, and the wheels start to come off the bus a little bit here. Just garbage movement. So it is either one of three things. I literally, and this is a real possibility, although it's never happened really before. But like my brain starts to shut down right around this time of the live stream because maybe I'm getting mentally exhausted, and I'm just not seeing the market right, and that's why the wheels have fallen off the bus. That is a possibility, but I'm not. That's why I'm not totally sold on it because there have been plenty of months before the past where like the wheels would never really fall off the bus the last part of the but like it's almost become so predictable. So that is a possibility though. Maybe my brain is just getting tired, blah blah blah, or maybe the market just for me and my strategy and the way I try to play things. Maybe the market later on in the day, later on in the afternoon, just becomes just tricky. But I swear, like it is like I don't know, like you can almost count on it. Okay, the live stream's been going on for about 2 hours and 45 minutes. Now we start to fade Clay. Anything Clay does, do the opposite. They need a bear trap to reload. Okay. Jay Keith, this is too much of tinfoil reasoning right now. Who is they? And do these people have enough power to create a bear trap? Buyers. Okay, fine. I'll accept that. If they is just buyers, generally, broadly speaking, fine. Only a mousetrap for now. And then it goes back up. It's just that's what I get for being disciplined. Should have just bought more. Okay, to be fair, I think I might have stopped out at really truly a dumb spot. And this will mean more to those of you that have watched past webinars, live streams. You guys know I love the 21 EMA. Look right where it basically bounced off of. I think I must have stopped out literally right above the 21 EMA in the 5-minute, which was a very poor decision. Granted, it makes it easier to say that now that I know what's happened, but like I said, if you've been here a long time, you know that I like the 21 EMA, so that was, yeah. Yeah, that is, no, Batsy, that's just, so if you were to picture these as like stocks, so like each one of these is a different stock that you traded for the day, all happening in the same account, just different stocks. That's what's going on here. But instead of different stocks, these are just different contracts. So this is my NQ trading, and right there is my MNQ trading. So same account, just different contracts, aka, different stocks. Hey, what's up, Jimbo? I can't believe the other Jimbo didn't show up. He got me this shirt from when he went down to Naples, so I was gonna wear it to be like, hey man, thanks, and he doesn't even show up. That's unbelievable, this guy. Short 850, stop 870. Roger that. 870. Ooh. No. I do not like that stop. That would not be a stop for me. A stop right in front of the pivot and the upper trend line. Doxol. For me. That's why I don't like that stop. But if it makes sense per his system and strategy, more power to him. More power to you, Amarius. You beautiful scumbag. Mommy, did he just call that man a beautiful scumbag? I did. I did, little Johnny. I did. Oh, I promise I did not say that because you just posted. That was amazing timing. The market is like, you really think your stop loss is fair enough? Yeah. Short 860. Oh yeah, again, I'm Johnny, not a fan. Not a fan of the stop. Wait, Amari, stop. You're a woman? Wait, no, stop. Stop. What is your I don't even know what your screen of your You're not a woman. What are you talking about? Women don't play Fallout 2 Restoration Patch. Oh, you're telling your mom you're a scumbag. Oh, I see what you're saying. That was supposed to be a quote like, Mom, I'm a scum. Okay, that may I was going to say. Thank you for the clarification, good sir. Or should I say good scumbag? Are the rumors true that the roof gets started on tomorrow? Question mark. So yes, house updates. Something that wondered yesterday. Insulators did indeed get started. Okay, there's really no point in sending. Yeah, that's kind of cool to see how that happens. We're getting what, boards and bats? It's called, I think, or is it just bats? I can't remember. There we go. Yeah, bats installation. Chimney was built today, or is being built today. Tomorrow, roof is supposedly supposed to start. It was supposed to start last week, but then the supplier was like, "We don't quite have enough to do the entire roof." And the problem is, from a color standpoint, if you know you get started and then when the next shipment shows up, we use it. It's like the colors might be slightly different. So it's like, okay, well, let's just make sure that everything we need comes from the same batch. I don't know, base hits. I don't know. That is a number, a way, a system that I don't think anybody has figured out. Did eat the coconut. Not that good. I think two of her kids liked it. Other than that, yeah. Thank you for that, by the way, Jay Keith. I've been meaning to give the update on the coconut. The only coconuts I like are my wives. Anyways, so yeah, looking like it might bounce up here. Based in theory, yeah. There's exactly as reward says. In theory, that's. But we've had Brian, who was here earlier. He got over $20,000 in payouts on a single account, and I mean he was milking that thing for like I want to say almost 2 months straight, daily payouts over 20,000, and he never got moved to Pro Plus. So yeah, there he is. So it's just one of those things where like you have a Brian absolutely crushing it. Maybe it was because he was just very modest about it. I don't know. So maybe modesty is the key. As long as you're not like crushing it for like $10,000 every day, maybe they don't care. But yeah, Brian was just doing it very methodically over a long period. So I don't know. And not, again, I'm just guessing. I'm speculating. So maybe that's the key. Like, don't try to just go and crush it for $5, $6, $7,000 every day. But who knows? That is a total speculation on my part. All right, I'm going to try a long here. Okay, long. I am long once again. I don't know. Trying to trust the 21 EMA here. IGV and MAG slightly down. I have no idea what either of those are. SOXL is what? Semiconductors? Again, I'm long. I'm wondering if I want to add here. Yeah. I better not out fancy myself, especially in this environment where we're kind of in the wheels fall off environment. All right, well, I'm definitely not going to stop out right above the 21 EMA again. If anything, I'll buy some more down there. I'm trying to play the bounce off the 5-minute 21 EMA. All right, Johnny, take care, buddy. See you tomorrow. Again, I love the candle right there. Beautiful candle at this spot. Even put in a little bit of a higher low. Yeah, gotcha, Jay Keith. At this point, do I just take risk off the table? I'd like it to get up a little bit closer, but with as nasty as this is, I'm going to do it. Let me just take risk off the table. Yeah, I'm potentially going to cut myself short. All right, there we go. All right, come on now. At least hit that first target. Oh, I'll take that. Very anticlimactic. I like that. I like where it goes up there. Okay, let me. All right. We're getting some, just in case there's a. There we go. Get the next couple out there. There we go. All right, so my risk now is I make 6 points. Reward unknown, because I don't know how high up this might want to go. If I can get this one hit, this will feel like a very good trade. I'm happy with this trade already, but this will feel like a very good trade if this target can also get hit. Yeah, this general area right here is resistant, so not totally shocking to see it get rejected from right there, but and I am survived. I hope it pumps because I'm out. I hope it pumps too. Let's pump it to the moon. my stop there now. So now my risk is I make 8 points. So I like it. Risk, make 8 points. Reward, unknown. Come on, get up there. Yeah, I don't know what that means. Is rotation the same as consolidation? Yeah, ping. Yeah, it has been very ping-pongy. Come on, get up there. I did just look at the P&L. That looked kind of good, like when it was right up there to just remove myself from the trade, but I'm not going to do it. I'm going to let the thing cook. But yeah, I'm totally watching that number right now, which I should not be doing because it's tempting. Dude, just take the 125 bucks. Just take the 120, the 130, just take it. No, I'm not going to listen to you. Okay, fine. We're just going to disappear then. You could have had 130. Hey, we'll give you a chance at, oh, see. Oh, surely, Clay, you want 150. Do you see how it just toys with me? Sure. Clay, it could go down and then this might be, 160. No, I will not listen. Leave me alone, voices. P&L voices. Leave me alone. That's why I don't want to watch that. I'm cutting one right there. Should I trade him? Yeah, regardless, given the context of your being decently new, start with MNQ. Just whether you're on a 150K account or a 25K account, the premise that you are decently new, just MNQ. Gears Fang, and good to have you. Welcome. Are you serious? Just hit me, brother. Don't cry for me. Are you kidding me? Okay, so this is the stuff that I swear could make a grown man cry. Did I get that second target? I still have not gotten it hit. See? Do I just take it up here? Look at this. I could have 160 bucks. Do I take the 160? Uh-oh. See? Now, we try to warn you, boy. Are you sure you don't want the 150? 150, it might disappear. It might disappear. That's what's going on my mind right now. Clay, you could take the 150, brother. Take it? Are you guys dented? Yeah, and then this thing just makes a nice pop upwards, and you're like, why'd you take it? Why'd you take it? So at this point, I have a lose-lose. Some of you will be able to say, I told you so, you should have taken it. But if I do take it and then it comes back up, another group of people will be able to say, I told you so, Clay, you should have let it cook. So I'm in a lose-lose, which is why if either camp decides to show up and say, I told you so, you're in timeout. You're in timeout for lack of situational awareness. But I'm officially at the point where no matter what I do, somebody will be able to show up and say, I told you so. I mean, at this point, I should move this up because if it's going to break out, surely I can get a little bit more. So I'm going to go for a bit more on this one now. And with the consolidation, I'm going to do that at this point. So now, like I said, this either consolidates out and breaks, or if it breaks consolidation, I'm going to get stopped out. Why would I take half? Why? Again, please, please. I'm telling you right now, if I see and I told you so, you're going into timeout. Because quite literally, I've been told for 37 different things to what I should be doing right now. And by the way, if you're short in here, I'm not calling you crazy. We're at basically the top of a range. Okay, knocked out there. Dude, don't even you think about it. Don't you even think about going up now. You better roll over. You lobes my trade management. Lobes? Like earlobes? Shut it down, no more trades. Yeah, maybe. Is it too? It's never. Told you so's are never good. It is a lose lose. You cannot win. I know you're joking for the record, but yeah, told you so's are truly no win situations because nobody likes an I told you so anyway. So even if you're right and you say I told you so, nobody likes you. But then if you go and you say something and then you're wrong, you kind of look stupid. So like it's literally a lose lose in life. Don't be an I told you so or you cannot win. Has anybody ever met somebody and they're like, "Oh, I love I told you so" people? I've never seen it. I don't. It cannot exist. I've never met anybody that's like, "Oh no, I love the I told you so." No, I keep forgetting. I do though, TA. I need to ask her. What do I think about? I want to do it. I do want to shave the head, but I keep forgetting. Maybe that's because I'm still scared, and it's like it's me subconsciously suppressing it in the crevices of my baboon brain. But yeah, I think I do. I think I kind of early cure bald, so like when I do this, I don't think it really does anything for you guys anyways. Yeah. As far as the live stream is concerned, based on that, like you can't tell anyways, I don't think. But yeah, probably like right here, have the beard start like right here, and then everything up, just gone. I don't know. Profound psychological. I know. That was very profound. Shaved on the live stream? It's not a terrible idea. I should start to like on Mondays. I was thinking like when I'm done, and I mean everybody that wants to leave for trading, whatever. But should I start to do push-ups on live stream? Just kind of push, hang up. You guys can help me keep me accountable. Make sure it's good form. Shave it all off. The head, not my beard. I would keep the beard, and I'd keep my leg hair. You know. So I'm not. I don't want to go into like. I'm not a swimmer. Wow. It may still go, but this thing is just it's taking its good old time. Oh dang. Wait, does it have to be 100 push-ups in a row? Is it possible for you to do I mean, is it possible for you to just join my private community, Arslan? Is that possible? And then you can get way more than just one day. New hour is indeed incoming. You can take breaks. So under that premise, I'd get at least one. I'd get at least one. I'd be paid. I'd make a little money because reward. I actually trust them. And right now I'm at 170. If you use TPT credit to buy a test. Correct. Yes, that is correct, Raspberry. Good reminder. Which is why it makes sense to use it only, like, yes, because of that, it only makes sense to use credits on certain things. Whoa! Hey! Looking like it was a good thing I moved my stop up then. Wow! What is this nonsense? Only on resets? Okay. There you go. Okay, Jay Keith. Maybe I will. Maybe next Monday we'll keep the stream going. I don't know. We might have to table this until we get out at the new office when I get like better camera setups. I don't know how I would make that happen here. Well, yeah, I would have been very upset if I kept my stop like down here. But so I am actually glad I did move it up here. I captured the majority of the move. Sam, again, Sam is the general contractor. I said, are the rumors true that the roof gets started on tomorrow? He said, yes, sir. I said, for real? The live stream wants to know. Which is true, because you guys have been asking about the roof for a long time. I bought a baby account today with your code, Apex. I'm operating and just play around. Well, thank you, Jake. Jake, he's a sweetheart. Anybody that uses code Clay is a sweetheart in my mind. Absolute sweetheart. Until you stream it, your push-ups are that is true. Unless I stream it, it is just kind of it is just trust me, bro. Wow. Okay, he says 100%. I didn't know those two words were in your vocabulary. I just got done pinching myself, period. Is this reality? Question mark. Okay, remember the great Vladimir? I did not. No, I did not. I did not remember that because I had no idea something like that existed. I just learned something. There we go. 860 breaking long. I mean, I'm tempted. I'm thinking about it. I don't know how serious I am about it, but I am thinking about, do I try that break? Do I try that break? I got to make up my mind soon. Oh boy, am I about to buy a fake breakout? I am thinking about it with all my heart and soul and walnuts. I'm trying to listen to my loins. Okay, I'm in. Listen to your loins when they're... Oh, I got to get out. Oh, crap. No! I just got cocked. Okay, there we go. Listen to your loins. Okay, Q, I'm very stupid. See, I told you you don't let it... Go ahead, I'm very stupid. I know you've been waiting this whole time. Go ahead. I told you. I told you rarely let anything work for you. Go ahead. I'm waiting. Dude, my loins, spot on. Spot on. See? There it is. There, right on cue. Absolute dent. A dent with some black mold growing on the side. It's good to know he's got a sense of humor. That's always a plus in life. It's always a plus to have a sense of humor. Hey! What? Why was he put on timeout? What the heck? Nathan, you lost context. Okay, it was only for 60 seconds, but still, should not have even been a 60-second infraction. Clay, is this a rising wedge on the 5-minute? I'm going to trust your analysis, rookie wedge. You tell me, brother. You tell me. Oh, okay, I did say that. That's fair. That's fair. I didn't, but in this case, I didn't necessarily mean it in that context. But okay, I can see where you're coming from there. Textbook kangaroo soup, 2 o'clock Zimbabwe. No, Benjamin. It's not a Zimbabwe VWAP. You're getting Zimbabwe confused with New Zealand. So it's actually a Hobbit VWAP bounce. Long again? Dude, that 21 EMA is doing work. It's not totally clean, though. All right, I'm doing this. Don't even judge me. You don't know me, people. You don't know how, I mean, you know I'm beautiful, but besides that, there we go. I'm going for the long right there. I'm going to go meal prep. All right, have a good one, TA. Make sure you prep plenty of that protein. Get some of those chicken breasts and broccoli and creatine and lento beans. I want 832 for a long. Hey! Who said that, actually? Raspberry. All right. I guess I'm technically cutting in front of line. I'm 2 ticks cutting ahead of you. Okay, so Matt, I don't want to misrepresent what you're saying. Are you saying that you think, I guess what market? I think the market will like that. What market? Are you saying that the stock market will go up even higher if Trump just gets even harder on Iran? I think I might agree with you there because at this point, I think, at least I know myself, like at this point, stop like slowly ripping off these band-aids. If you're going to deal with them, deal with them. If not, just stop. But all this like back and forth. So is that what you're saying? Is the market would appreciate just more of a like concrete answer? Either direction, just give us a concrete answer. Is that what you're saying? I think I'd agree with that. Okay, yeah. That's fair. I think I would agree with that. I realize I'm not the market, but like the market is made up of many, many people. And if there's a lot of people that kind of, like I said, feel the way I do, like just give me a concrete decision at this point. Either deal with them or just be done with it. But like back and forth, I agree. Yes, a decisive resolution, one way or the other. I would think that that would be some common ground too. Like, just give us a concrete decision. Now, obviously, you're going to get different opinions on what that decision should be, but I think it would be a common ground for most people at this point. Just give us a concrete decision. EMA doing, it did. It held up. That 21 EMA doing work. I guess I'll cancel this out. Look at the 5 minutes. Just hammer candle after hammer candle. But does it actually want to get up there? So this makes me want to get long, but man, this thing just, or is it just going to kind of chop around? I don't know. Can get later in the day. Do you have a full data there? Are you going to be at the property all day today? Question mark. Trying to figure out if I want to swing out and bug you guys or not. Breakout? Oh, I don't know. I don't know. Or does it just come to... Okay, I'll try this. Buying a breakout in this environment seems kind of sketchy. Because this does not seem like a totally beautiful follow-through environment. It seems more so choppy. So if anything, I'd probably be looking to short up there. But yeah, this slow and methodical. It's just, I don't know. Buying breakouts is scary. Selling 883. Oh, okay. So yeah, Brian is waiting way up here. Oh, boy. Listen to your heart. No, wait, that's not the song. Wow, MST of... Oh, yeah, that reminds me. I don't look at my... I'm not going to open up my... But yeah, as somebody that owns a chunk of IB... Oh, docs. Oh, good grief. Yep. Yeah, I'm not going to be looking at my investment portfolio today. It'll be down some. Not that I've got all in IBM, but yeah, that's a decent sized chunk. What about INTC? How's that one doing? Okay, not terrible. What did you say about MSFT is slipping? What do you mean? What do you mean it's slipping? What? Whoa, MSFT slipping. What are you talking about? What time frame? Where? Where is the slippage? On the 1 minute? Is that what you mean? I don't understand the slippage. We're looking at a green candle on the daily. Oh crap, I had that order out there, huh? I forgot about that. Okay, while we wait, let's check on how's G-Cow doing? What about BTX? How's that one doing? Okay, that's not terrible. I'm trying to think about what are some of my other bigger positions. KMB, what's that one up to? Oh, nice. Okay. So what are you using the 1 minute time frame on MSFT for, Connor? What are you doing with that? The 1 minute chart on MSFT seems a bit excessive. Macro fair value. Okay, Neil's going into timeout for that nonsense. Nonsense. We got to give him a timeout for the nonsense. He needs 1 minute for that nonsense talk. Volume is way low. It is. It is. It's almost like we're in the middle of July right now. With that said, there is still drama going. It's just like the market's sick and tired of the drama with the war. Like, who cares? Can we break 870? I mean, maybe within the next 2 hours. Tired boss. Huh? Huh? I don't know. Is this thing finally about to push up through VWAP? Even if it does. From here all the way up to here. So imagine a nice solid green candle. That's still 10 points. I guess I could up the position size to 8 at this point. Yeah, pretty much keeping the West wild. I think I'd agree with that. Yeah, okay. I'm starting to get irritated and annoyed, and I'm about to just throw in a trade here just out of pure frustration and annoyance. And yeah, I was thinking of shorting up there, believe it or not, just because it seems like there none of these moves actually get that much follow through. We have been in rotation between. Yeah, that's another timeout. Anyone that uses the word rotation, when the word consolidation is available to you, goes in timeout. The only people that use rotation are trying to sound smart. I don't know when rotation replaced the word consolidate, but just use consolidate. That's like what's in all the textbooks. Consolidate, consolidate. Thomas, isn't it your bedtime over in Germany by now? Right? If I remember right, aren't you the German? You don't think they mean the same thing? When I hear rotate between two levels, it's like okay, you're rotating between like consolidating. That's what you do between two levels. You consolidate. You meant negotiate, yeah. Or if you use that term too. Clay, can you see who has the most timeouts? I can. I don't know. Not that I'm aware of, but that would be kind of funny. CRM or CR. Excuse me. 15M. When I hear rotation, I think more of a big range. Yeah, and everybody would understand what you meant by that if you just said big range, which is kind of the point. Just say something that a lot of people can relate to. I think a lot of more people would understand what you mean by big range compared to saying rotation. 8 p.m. in Germany. So my whole does your mom know you're still awake? Dude, okay. This is Thomas Auto right now. He's in bed. His bed sheets up over him, and he's got his phone. And he's like, Mom doesn't know I'm awake right now. How was SpaghettiOs? Was that good for dinner tonight? What was it tonight? Was it chicken fingers or SpaghettiOs? I think rotation is movement. Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah. Yeah, about. I prefer not to use consolidate on a macro chart where 500-point trends can still be consolidation. Well, I mean, on a macro chart, it's implied that ranges consolidations will be wider. Why? Because it's the daily chart. So you're factoring in entire days of ranges. So I mean, I don't know, Neil. I don't know. Right? If I say it's consolidated on the weekly chart, I would assume people would be like, oh, so you're talking about some wide consolidation ranges because it's the weekly chart where you're factoring in an entire week of a range. So it's sort of implied. So yeah, that's why you don't, Neil, we get it. You're a baller. You're a baller. I concede you're a baller. You don't have to use all these terms to try to sound all smart. We already know you're smart. It's cool. Correct. If anything, rotation means that. Like if a hedge fund is going to rotate positions, that means, as George is saying, they're going to go from utilities to consumer staples, for example. Money is rotating from one sector into another. But like to use it within the same, that's just like, I don't know. Yeah, useless for day trading. Fully agreed there. Again, that doesn't. Yeah, no, Neil, you're definitely losing on this front. You have taken a term and then, or somebody has taken the term and you have followed this cult leader that has taken a term and then is now using it for something different. Yeah. Right here. This is exactly what people are doing. In finance rotation, again, generally, what do things generally mean? It means moving instruments from one market sector, asset class, or geographic region to another. Investors and portfolio managers use a strategy to adapt to changing economic cycles. Exactly. Sector rotation. Capital rotation. Yeah, if you're rotating out of gold into cash, that makes sense. Again, right here, generally, and that's my complaint. People are taking these terms that generally mean one thing and then they're hijacking them to mean something else, which, yeah, it kind of makes you sound a little smarter. But it's like, you're just creating confusion. Well, wherever you learned it from, Neil, again, you learn it from somebody, and that person has misled you. Who actually brought that up? That's what I thought rotate. Yeah, page 561. And what you thought, that's what it is. Same with, who was that? George? Yeah, rotation is into different sectors, not the exactly. I mean, Matt, yours was kind of worthless too, movement. Like, yeah, you're right, but like, rotation means movement to a word, but it's got another thing. So no. Anybody that uses rotation to describe this sort of stuff is a tryhard. They're trying to sound smart. They've learned this term from somebody else that is just redefining a bunch of nonsense. Because yes, as some of you have rightly pointed out, rotation, generally speaking, is you rotate into like a different asset class. No, yeah. I realize I took that, Matt, as you like pretending to be somebody else, like making the argument on somebody else's behalf. Like, yeah, I took it as, well, I'm pretty sure I took it as what you're intending. I learned out from studying micro chop and study chat. Well, again, Neil, wherever you learn that from is wrong. That's, again, generally speaking, that's not what that means. Zooks, dude. So okay, one of you guys earlier asked me, like, do we influence you? I can't remember the question about like, hey, do we affect you or whatever? Does live streaming affect you? And we went up. But I will admit it, randomly a couple of days ago, I don't know why, Zooks, but I'm like, where's Zooks been? I think I was driving to the build site. And like, I haven't seen Zooks in a while. Where have you been, Zooks? Yes, I admit it. I thought of you. I thought of you outside of the context of actually being on the live stream. Yeah, exactly, Matt. You're still in the trade, Jay Keith? I applaud your patience, brother. I applaud it. That is good patience. That is good just letting your trade plan try to work out. I'm in the trade as well. How long have you been in the trade for? Yes. We're about to, we might rotate down. I'm in since 12H25. Huh? But I got in and out. Okay, well, a little different. Okay, do I try a long here? I am. I'm going to try a long here. I'm going to try a long at the green line. Got a low. Have the 50 SMA. And then on the 5 minute, we'll be very close to the 21 EMA. So does any of that mean we will for sure bounce? It does not mean that, but it does mean I'll at least take a swing at it. Or not. Or it'll just come down close and then do this. Okay. Yeah. And on that note, yeah, whatever. Okay. All right. Now you're just rubbing it in, market. Okay. Whatever, dude. Whatever. You're just rubbing it in. So on that note, I'm calling it good before the wheels truly fall off the bus. That was super. I mean, that summarized almost a live stream today. I swear, I couldn't quite. But I think that's just also the nature of today's action. It was hard to really put any banger trades together. But either way, thank you everybody for being here. If you want to help support the stream, not only keep it ad free, but just flat out keep the stream alive and keep the party going day in and day out, then the best way to do that is, like I said, totally viewer supported. Code Clay, which is case sensitive, all caps. And that is with any of these prop firms. So whatever these prop firm promotions are, Code Clay will apply that promotion to you. So it's a big win-win for you. You're not only saving yourself some money, but you're also helping to support a stream, keep it going, and keep the stream ad-free. So a true win-win deal out there. If you want to, like I said, help support the live stream, I recommend I Love Take Profit Trader. I think they are the king of the biz for a multitude of reasons. But I appreciate you all being here. I'll be back tomorrow at 11 a.m. Eastern. Usually I'm here a little early, though, so if you do want to know exactly when I go live, that is where not only subscribing helps out, but turning on the notification bell so that you get the alert of when I actually do go live. But on your way out, if you don't mind hitting that like button, that would be great. Very helpful. But today was weird. Today was a weird day, but it is what it is. So take care, everybody. Have a good one, and I'll see you back tomorrow.